Bundaberg alcoholic ginger beer, fresh from Bundy. Oh, what have you done with your hair? Ah, ginger, I get it. Is that a permanent thing?
And welcome to Metricon Stadium on a Friday morning, 10 a.m. local time, for this practice match between the Lions and the Crows, just out on Metricon at the moment. And it's been very wet all week, and no exception this morning. Rain teeming down on our way here as we welcome Daniel Merritt, 200 games, 70 goals for the Brisbane Lions. And Dan, when you woke up this morning, when you were a player and you saw these sort of conditions as a big man, what were you thinking?
I probably would have rolled over and gone back to bed, mate. Particularly playing at 10 o'clock in the morning. Are you kidding me? Hasn't probably been a few years for these boys to play that early. Usually the reserves are kicking off the due at this time. But yeah, interesting conditions today. It has been absolutely teeming down up here in Queensland, particularly on the Gold Coast. But from up here, it actually looks all right down there. Yeah,
absolutely. Looks like the rain has held off at the moment. Harris Andrews just talking with Darcy Wilmot there. Not a lot of, only the one you face in the Lions lineup today, and we're looking forward to seeing young Darcy play, because we remember his very entertaining interview during the draft last year.
Well, 100%. We all know Darcy loves his Pepsi Max, and
got a free slab after that.
He did, but now he's actually on the Diet Coke now. Okay. The Coke No Sugar. They are our sponsors. So as we go through the lineup here.
Yeah, Brisbane Lions today, a really strong squad. We can see...
Yeah, very mature squad as well. I think a couple of new faces here are Darcy Fort and Darcy Wilmot, and they join Darcy Gardner as the three Darcys in the team. And good to see Noah Ainsworth back as well from injury.
Yeah, Darcy Fort, the former Geelong ruckman, a lifelong Lions fan. With Hipwood out, that sticks to the structure that Chris Fagan likes to roll with, having three tall forwards and a ruck, in this case two ruckmen, but the Big O might get a chance to drift forward as well. So some of the players, the notable players not playing today from a Lions perspective: no Eric Hipwood, who'll be back mid-season from that ACL. Kadeen Coleman is a close contact, so he's out due to COVID. Dane Zorko had that minor ankle surgery, but still on track to play for round one.
And as we see the Adelaide Crows names come up here, I think Adelaide Crows fans, you'll be looking out for Rochelle and Saligo, a couple of new draftees that have been impressing this pre-season.
Yeah, pick 6 last year, Josh Rochelle from the Shepparton Swans has already extended his deal to 2025.
That says a lot.
Absolutely, and so is Saligo as well. Pick 36 in the draft from Eastern Rangers and Dramana. We'll see them strut their stuff at Metricon today. And Nakai Cockatoo said the other day, it's a real test of your skills in these conditions, and generally the poised and durable players stand up.
100%. These conditions today suit the mature bodies, with it being slippery. And I know as a senior player, you'd be thinking, conditions like today, I just want to get through the game. With pre-season now, we're not even in pre-season. This is just a trial game, but with only 2 games before the season starts, the younger guys are trying to impress, so they're going to be over-enthusiastic, and the older guys are just trying to get a bit of run into their legs.
Yeah, that would be 2 of the main goals. Have a decent hit out, but also no injuries today. We've already seen Ben King from the Gold Coast Suns go down in their match simulation. They play the Power next. It's at Metricon Stadium, starting at 2 p.m. Queensland time. Not far away here, as Ben Keys and Harris Andrews will toss the coin. A former Lion, along with Mitch Hinge, hurt his shoulder round 1 last year against the Cats.
And Keesy's won the toss. Great start for Keysy in the leadership group at the Adelaide Crows. So obviously he used to be in the Brisbane Lions, so Brisbane Lions fans will be very familiar with Keysy, and he's obviously made a huge impact since going down to Adelaide.
Yeah, runner-up in the best and fairest, and has done well considering this is a young, developing team, that he's become such a central part of the engine room at the Adelaide Crows. They're going into a tight huddle. And as we mentioned, with only 1 community series game after this, there's not a lot of room for experimenting. You want to really fine-tune your preparations for the season ahead.
Spot on, and I think the Crows will be trying to focus on that forward line chemistry down there, with Big Tex out for the first few rounds of the season. Darcy Fogarty and Riley Thrillthorpe will be trying to impress, get that chemistry going, and they're up against a tough defence today, and in Harris Andrews and Darcy Gardner, but they'll have their work cut out. But I think the Crows' youth and enthusiasm will be on show this morning.
Yeah, you'd expect to see that early as the players take their positions. Missing today from a Crows perspective, Wayne Miller, of course, coming back from injury. Rory Sloane, Jordan Dawson, their big recruit. Brodie Smith and Tex Walker. Actually only had 28 fit players to pick from today, the Adelaide Crows. And Saligo setting up there on a wing, and he's just shaking hands with Jared Berry, who we didn't see a lot of last season. Jared Berry, just the 11 games, so hopefully he gets a good run at it. And Cam Rayner with the shaved head starting in the middle, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah, he's looking very sharp this morning, and I think all Brisbane Lions fans will be pretty excited to see Cam out there.
Great to have you joining us on KO Freebies this morning. It's an early first bounce at Metricon Stadium, underway at 10 a.m. Riley and McInerney following it up out of the ruck and gets the Lions going forward. It's a shallow entry. Getting back was McStay. Couldn't take the mark. Crouch, good to see him getting involved in it early. Missed all of last season with groin issues. And here is a Bailey, and a good mark there from Danaher. Did he edge out Murray? Umpire said it was legal, and Joe Danaher gets the first shot on goal.
Yeah, good body work there by Big Joe. He's obviously just extended his contract for the Lions, so he's loving his time up here, and good body work on the young defender there.
Looks like he's setting up for the snap. 46 goals, 32 last season. His first shot of the morning.
Just snuck it through.
And no real celebration. But
too early. I think it's too early for celebrations, mate. That'll probably come in the second half when everyone wakes up. I don't think Big Joe wouldn't be used to getting up this early, I wouldn't have thought. He's usually loving his prime time footy at night time. So, yeah, a bit of adjustment. But like you said, good to see Crouchy get in there early. Obviously, for Adelaide Crows fans, missed all last year and very frustrating year for him. But, yeah, good quick kick forward and good body work there by Big Joe. I think as a forward today, it's just about playing in front because it's not going to be pretty viewing. It's just going to be scrappy kicks going forward.
So Nick Murray with the job on Big Joe Danaher, 21-year-old, a pre-season pickup, 10 games last year from the Wangaratta Rovers. Bit of a skew-if bounce, but the umpire will let it play on. And Schoenberg gets it going forward for the Crows. Their first entry, well read there from Gardner, playing on the smaller McAdam. Takes the mark deep in defence, looking for the switch of play.
Interesting, watch the build-up here, just in these conditions.
Bailey provided the short option, will go long to his ruckman. We'll see that a lot today. McHenry through to Shoal. Along the ground it goes. McAdam, it's a slippery ball, and that ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of stoppages today, and yeah, the ruckman will have their work cut out. Yeah.
Interesting how both sides started last season. The Crows 3-1 and probably kicked themselves out of that loss against the Cats when they had 22 behinds, and the Lions were 1-3. Seasons that changed after that. Here is Crouch, another touch, trying to shake off Rayner. Goes to ground, both coming back from long-term injury. As Scholl gets it to Luke Brown. Kick up towards half forward again. Gardner trying to work McAdam underneath the footy. Rich goes in to Starcevic and up towards the wing. Charlie Cameron bounces past him. McPherson through to Scholl, and that ball goes out of bounds again.
Good energy by the Crows early. I think as soon as the ball's hitting the ground, it seems like the Crows have been first to the footy. And I think you will see that today with the Crows' enthusiasm of their youth will be up and going.
So Riley O'Brien comes down towards Rayner. Handball over the top has been picked off, and the Crows can go forward again. Fogarty just grazed his knuckles there as McAdam taps it in front of him but just scoots off the turf. And the first score of the morning for the Crows is a behind.
You'd love to be a small forward today. This sort of weather, just getting at the feet of those tall forwards who bring it to ground.
And the Lions are away through the middle already. Bailey takes the mark, turns, and he has another hit-up option in McStay. McStay wheels onto the left boot. Not a great kick, and it's been picked off by McPherson, taking the mark in defence. And kicks that ball out wide. The mark has been taken by a former Lion in Mitch Hinge. Tries to spear that up. Good pick up there from Fogarty. And they work it up towards the wing. And here is Josh Rochelle.
Crows fans are excited with that. He looks the likely type.
Picked in the under-17 Australian soccer side, but decided to focus on footy. And there's the big fist, as he so often does there, from Harris Andrews.
Yeah, easy work there by Harris. He'll do that all day. But it doesn't actually look too bad out there. Like, the footy's actually been pretty clean.
As Matt Crouch comes off, he's on restricted minutes today, as he'd expect, and Sam Berry will come on for this boundary throw-in. He and Schoenberg just working out who's going to mark Lachie Neale. Riley O'Brien and McInerney will lock horns again. Boundary umpire's got the cap on today, Source.
Yeah, interesting choice there by the boundary umpire wearing a cap on a rainy day.
So that bounces towards the Crows' advantage where they have numbers. Schoenberg, high ball, inside the 50. Fist from Adams, but the danger has not been averted just yet. But here's Starcevic with a high ball to McStay. Close checking, and that ball comes off hands and out of bounds, or free kick.
Yeah, just holding there by Matty Hinge on Dan McStay.
As Riley O'Brien gets back just to fill the hole, and that's where the ball is directed. He got a little nudge out of that contest, though, comes out the back, and there is another free kick that has been paid. In fact, it's a downfield free kick, and it will go to the Adelaide Crows. Nick Murray to take it. Goes short to Butts. And now the Crows spreading in numbers across the fat side of the ground, finds Chase Jones in short, still inside their defensive 50 to Keys. So racking up a few uncontested marks, although this one will bounce away from Brown, but he has enough time to pick that up. Looks up and sends it toward the wing. Harris Andrews wrestling there with Thilthorpe, who looked for the free kick. That kick had to be precise from Andrews, and it is, to Lachie Neale, the Brownlow medalist. Nice kick on in the middle here too. McStay just dances around his opponent with ease, and look at the numbers in the 50, although that might bounce away from McCarthy and would have been a certain goal if that kick had have hit its target.
Good build up there by the Lions. Just couldn't finish that last little kick, but it just showed the body work by Harris Andrews. Set that play up.
So it'll be Joe Danaher in the ruck contest here as Cockatoo coming through. O'Brien got two hands to it. Just through the legs there of Saligo, goes in again. Berry in on top of him. Good tackle there from McCarthy. Robinson goes to ground. Schoenberg dives on top of him. The Lions have kept this alive. Berry squares it back. Getting back and taking the mark as Luke Brown, the ever dependable.
Strong work there by Brown. Great body work.
Goes across his defensive goal line. McPherson now called to play on. And precise kicking coming out of defence to Scholl. Scholl gets it moving because he's found Butts, who's run out of defence, just slipped off his chest. And now the Lions come through with Rich.
Great build up there by the Crows.
Yeah, just a slip mark, but they'll get it back through McPherson. McPherson, short pass, barely 15 into Rory Laird, his first touch of the morning. Wants to advance that ball with a short pass. Has to be precise. McCarthy got a hand to it. Jones swoops on the loose footy. Out to Berry. Through hands Schoenberg. Now to Keys. Slapped away a hand and sends that into attack. He's got a one-on-one. Getting back, taking a nice mark. Thilthorpe on Darcy Fort. Not sure how he ended up there, but there is the first goal of the morning to the Adelaide Crows.
Yeah, the Crows have been, their build-up out of the back half has been really impressive today. Linking by kicks and quick hands. And then just cut the lines up through the middle. Great body work there by Thilthorpe. And like you said, not sure what the ruckman was doing there at fullback. But, yeah, unfortunately broke down up the field. But great start by the Crows.
Yeah, great ball movement as well. Joe Danaher getting the first goal. And Thilthorpe answering now for the Crows.
And I think you can see through the middle of the ground, that the quick hands by the Crows, even though we've had buckets of rain here, at Metricon Stadium, it looks like the drainage is working and it's still pretty dry out there for the players.
So Crouch is back on the field. Haitley Berry and Riley O'Brien in the centre for the Crows. And the Lions have got to Darcy Fort, Lyons, Berry and Lachie Neale, who'll spend time on a wing this season, but he does this so well. Under pressure from Berry. Got the hands free and the Lions will take the advantage. And they go up towards centre half forward. Berry can turn, have a ping at the goals. And here, that is a beautiful kick from Jared Berry. And the Lions get the immediate answer.
Yeah, great build up there. Lachie Neale, little hands in the middle. And then as they brought it through the middle there, we saw Noah Ainsworth come off a wing. Great to see Noah back in the team. And Jared Berry just slipped forward and just went bang from 50. So I think hopefully for Lions fans, we see Jared Berry on a more consistent basis this year, but you can see the power that Jared Berry has, and particularly in the midfield and centre stoppages, the Lions are going to need him this season.
Yeah, as we mentioned, a lot of injury issues last year, never really got going. A career low average of 12 disposals, 2 marks and 3 tackles in just 11 games. Never got a fair crack at it, but let's hope we see the best of him. And he's on another Berry, Sam Berry in the middle now. Yep. Darcy Ford against O'Brien. Comes down towards the former Giant there, Haitley. Good pick up there from Daniel Rich, who got down low, sends it out to half forward. Danaher rushing out and sliding, can't take the mark. Socket off by Berry, but the Crows will get it back. Through Scholes, had a lot of touches. Good hands now, ends up with Jones. And here is Crouch. He's got keys if he wants via hand. Goes to him now. Rochelle calling for the handball over the top, but Madden's on him, so he sinks the slipper into that. Goes into attack. McAdam outnumbered. Read off hands by Lyons. Tries to squeeze a kick through. Oh, cleverly done there by Keys. Kept it in. And again, the handball has been a real feature of the Crows game so far. They go forward. Gardner, I think that McAdam had a hand on his jumper. We could see that from here.
Yeah, it's really obvious that the Crows are trying to use that handball in close to build up their play to then kick it long. And it is working so far.
So Gardner in the pocket. Screw that back looking for Fort. Off hands, ends up with Jared Lyons. Tumbling kick up towards the wing. Crows have numbers through the hands there of Hinge and Brown involved as well. Danaher and McCarthy there from the Lions. And it ends up out of bounds as McPherson comes back on.
And it is Mitchie Hinge. Apologies, Mitchie. I called you Matty before. So I owe you a coffee for that one, mate.
Laird and McHenry back on for the Crows as well. Triple change. And Strawn in the ruck now for them. And we'll reset and have another boundary throw in.
Good to see these two ruckmen go at it. I'm interested to see how Darcy Fort fits into the chemistry of the team and give the big O a bit of a chop out every now and then.
And Kieran Strawn, developing ruckman from South Bendigo, played the last 2 games of last season, had 34 hit-outs against Todd Goldstein in round 23. Fort, though, gets the kick, and that will end up as a free kick to the Crows. Rich comes off for a rest, and Darcy Wilmot checks on for the Brisbane Lions. Top draft pick from last year,
number
pick
44.
16. And he's on a first-year player in Jake Saligo. So, up towards the wing. Pack forms, off hands Adams, and a few boundary throw-ins in a row. This is the first of a double-header at Metricon Stadium on KO freebies. After this, we've got the Suns and the Power. Of course, the Lions play the Power in round 1. Crows have got home game against Fremantle to come in round 1. Fort gets his left hand to it. Crouch goes to ground. McCluggage waiting for the handball, but it goes toward the centre square. Good body work there from Noah Answorth. Wilmot, his first touch is a handball. Just missed its target for Bailey. The Crows under pressure at centre half back. Brown can turn and handball to McHenry just on the ground. Into the path there of Schoenberg, but that invited Robinson into the contest. And strong hips there from Robinson. Here's McCarthy. Good mark. He's such a good mark above his head. Whether he's flying at it or just waiting down there and taking a contested mark. 50 out from goal. Danaher calling for it in the pocket. That's where he goes. And Big Joe kicked the first goal of the game. Takes another nice mark in the right pocket there for a left footer.
Yeah, well done, Link McCarthy. He'd probably be one of my favourite players, I reckon, Link. Just exciting player, great skills. And as you see there, just put it on an absolute platter for Joe. Now this is his pocket here. Let's see if he can bend it through.
Kicked the first goal of the game. This is a much more acute angle. May have just overcooked that. He has, and goes through for a behind.
It was great to see Mitchie Robinson. These are his type of conditions, Mitchie Robinson. And I actually saw Mitchie's car in the car park. He brought his boat down.
Did he?
Just in case there was too much rain.
And here's a line. So poor kicking there from the Crows out of defence. And Jared Lyons wants to give off the handball and does to Starcevic, who's got a long boot. That goes out of bounds.
Absolute sandbag, that one. Must have come off the side of his foot.
It's normally Daniel Rich asking for those little handball receives and the long ping at the goals. That time, Brandon Starcevic getting it from Jared Lyons. But they do get a stoppage, though. Strawn McStay in the ruck. McStay got the footy, handballs into space, looking for Cockatoo, getting down low. Crows through McPherson, just trying to clear the danger. Rushing out was Andrews. Clean bowled him, had Wilmot there in support. This handball was better to Starcevic. Got it to Robinson, turns on the left foot. Going up towards the pocket. Danaher waiting for it over the back.
Almost got through there. Very clean there by Darcy Wilmot. That'd excite Lions fans. And Joe almost did enough to sneak one out the back there.
So McPherson to bring the ball back into play. It's the Lions with a 7-point lead. Plays on, goes out wide toward the boundary. Harris Andrews almost could have marked that, but he sends it 7 rows back.
I love seeing that. I absolutely love it. Just a big fist. Sends it 10 rows back. They're still trying to find that ball, actually.
Yeah, led the AFL last year for marks and spoils. 2nd for intercepts, 7 for contested marks. So McInerney and Strawn. McInerney gets his big body in front. Bailey, handball over the top, looking for Lyons again. Handball's backwards, Laird. Handball missed its target, looking for Taylor. Lyons comes through. Quick kick there from McCluggage. Had to be close to his first possession of the game. As Brown and Cameron go down. How's the umpire seen this? It'll be a free kick to Luke
Charlie
Brown.
Just trying for a little hanger there, but just jumped a little bit too early. Be a tough day to take a hanger today, I would have thought.
We know.
Worth trying.
Yeah, we know there's a couple of players out there capable of that. McAdam up the other end for the Crows can certainly do that. The big man Strawn, Thilthorpe. Schoenberg goes past him. Robinson picks it up. Lyons, Bailey. They combine through the middle here. Brisbane. McCluggage sweeping handball out wide to Wilmot. His 3rd handball of the quarter as Gardner slices that out wide for Rayner, who's shaved the head, but he's been held up in a good tackle there from Mitch Hinge. Did he hold it for too long? Goes back again. Good defensive effort there from Mitch Hinge. Picked up Wilmot. Now Gardner trying to shake off McHenry. Was he already over the line before he booted that out? No, it was out of bounds on the full.
Geez, Cam Rayner looks strong at the moment. Just through that contest there. The ground was a bit slippery underneath him, which probably took everyone's breath away, but he looked very strong in that contest.
So the Crows go up towards half forward. Starcevic will let that bounce out there in front of Fogarty. And Rayner, I saw him in an intra-club match a week and a half ago, and he looked really strong, took a couple of courageous marks, and so he's not afraid to throw his body in. And Chris Fagan said that they missed his spark on the track and has virtually lost nothing in terms of his fitness and running power, and will spend more time on ball this season. Picked up there by Madden, wearing Birchall's 14, the Irishman, up towards the wing. Well trapped there by Butts, looking for the support there of Davis. And just a hack kick forward, and good body work there from McInerney, allowing Gardner to come in. Wants to centre that ball to Mitch Robinson. He's had a few touches in the last few minutes, and the switch of play is on. If the kick is precise, and it is, it's hit up Wilmot, just held up there by Chase Jones. Good transition play from the Lions now as Wilmot indicates he's going to go long to a one-on-one to Danaher, wrestling there with Murray. He did a good job not to give away the free kick and affect the spoil. McPherson did it well. Pedler goes in. Just got that free. Well done, McHenry. Kept the ball in play, and they work it up the line. Find a target in Thilthorpe, the goal kicker for the Crows so far. Centres that ball with a short pass into Laird. Now to centre half back to McPherson. This is what they've been willing to do in this first quarter, is just chain together some uncontested marks. Now can they open them up on this broadcast wing? Ends up with Zach Taylor. Looking for Rochelle. Good mark there under a little bit of pressure from Madden. Josh Rochelle picked 6 last year. Good disposer of the footy up to a contest. Lyons through Bailey. Now Jared Lyons. And Butts, just collided with his teammate. Both a little bit slow to get up. Rochelle kept the ball in front of him. Did that really well. The support of Davis. Rochelle trying to shrug off the tackle. Jones looks up. Who's he got to kick to? Can someone get a fly at the footy? Thilthorpe got hands to it. As Laird front and centre. Good handball to James Rowe. Will he have a shot or square it back? It's a good shot off the left. What a goal there from James Rowe. Evens things up here at Metricon Stadium at 2-1-13 apiece, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah, great finish there by James Rowe, particularly in these conditions. It's been a great contest so far. I think around the ground, the Crows are linking up really well together. The Lions, look like they can just put the foot down at any moment, but the young Crows are definitely hanging in there.
Certainly are. And James Rowe, a joint leading goal kicker in the SANFL in 2020, 18 games last season. Small forward, and that was a classy finish in these conditions on the left.
His type of conditions, James Rowe's only a little fella with his low centre of gravity. A day like today would be his type of day, I reckon.
And the Crows have really been mixing up their centre square combinations. We've got Berry, Haitley and Pedler in there now against Rayner, Zach Bailey and Lockie Neal. So throwing some young players at it and see if they can get the Crows going forward again. McInerney tips that towards the wing, picked up by Sam Berry, and they do get the clearance. Bouncing ball towards the boundary. And Jack Madden just kind of throws the hands out, half appealing for, it was given too, insufficient intent. That's a little stiff.
Yeah, in this type of conditions, I can't see why he'd want to kick it to the boundary line from the centre square.
So Madden goes up towards the wing. Cockatoo couldn't get a clean handball to it. Berry coming through under pressure from Mitch Hinge, trying to get it towards Rayner, but the Crows did that well. Was that in the back there of Chase Jones? The umpire's hovering. No, he's going to ping him for holding the ball.
They're onto it.
Got a shove there from Zach Bailey, and somehow, that's a 50 for not giving up the ball quickly enough.
They're interesting, those ones, when the bloke tries to delay a little bit and he lays on top of it. I actually haven't seen one of those given a 50, so maybe it's a new crackdown the umpires are doing.
So Zach Bailey, who's a match winner, we remember his goal after the siren to beat the Pies last year, kicked a career-high 31-18. And like Cam Rayner, is another player who will spend more time in the midfield this season, but this is what he's capable of doing as well as hitting the scoreboard. 50 brought him within scoring range and straight over the goal umpire's hat. And Zach Bailey gets his afternoon going. Great finish.
It's funny that Collingwood game, if the Lions lose that game, they would have went to 4 and zip. And then, in a bit of strife, but they end up going 1 and 3. And kind of got their season started after that. I think Zach Bailey's one of those players the Lions will probably look towards this year to make that next step again. Last year he had an outstanding year. And has really stepped up to become a really consistent and reliable player and someone with that X factor that a midfielder can push forward and kick goals. So I think with the Brisbane Lions, when they're pursuing that premiership, a guy like Zach Bailey is one of those guys that are going to take him that next step.
So Danaher, Jared Berry, Zach Bailey, the goal kickers for the Lions so far. And for the Crows, Thilthorpe and that classy left-footed goal from James Rowe. Back in the middle, here is Jared Berry. And it's a wobbly ball inside the 50. It'll fall into the chest there of Charlie Cameron.
I reckon he's a bit far out.
First mark of the day. And he always found a target. Good running there from Jared Berry. Poor checking from the Crows midfield. Jared Berry, will he have a shot? No, he's going to centre that ball. Unselfish play. And the Lions get another shot on goal to that man, Zach Bailey.
Yeah, you've got to stay alert. I think everyone was focusing going deeper to the key forwards, but the little midfielders just sneaking forward in those little gaps.
You can see why the Lions weren't active players in the trade market last year when they've got Zach Bailey, McCluggage, Jared Berry, all around that 22, 23 years of age, and Cam Rayner as well. Big scope for improvement. That ball is drifting right and through for A behind. Lets the Crows off the hook as we tick late into this first quarter at Metricon Stadium.
Geez, I'm loving the side of Cam Rayner being out there in the midfield, particularly that centre square. He didn't grab the ball that last centre bounce, but he just made a contest and let Jared Berry pump that ball forward.
So McPherson just wanders out of the goal square. This is the same spot they've been going to from their kick-ins. Picked up by Scholl, gets it up towards the wing, but under pressure found Marcus Adams. Sends a high ball into the middle. Jared Berry. Nice play, but then just a mongrel ball off his boot. And a slicing ball from Cameron. Rayner tried to pluck it with the one hand, couldn't take it. McPherson looks up now. Haitley riding shotgun, and they walk the tightrope here, the Crows, but Robinson comes in, just overran the footy. Chase Jones Now the Lions get it. Oh, kick under pressure. Wilmot involved. So too Cameron's kick was smothered. Good handball there from Rochelle. And the give and go there from Crouch on towards Chase Jones. Up towards Harris Andrews in front of Fogarty, who was outnumbered. Thilthorpe trying to put some pressure on Marcus Adams. But the Lions out of danger. Tumbling kick there from Gardner. Robinson picked up by McAdam. Fast hands. Crouch. Schoenberg ran into trouble. Turnover there on the NAB AFL logo. The Crows will get it back. They had a free player behind the play. Rochelle, just a little bit fumbly. Wilmot coming in. The two draftees. In fact, sorry, that was McAdam. Umpire will rush in and throw
Wilmot.
this up.
I like him. I like the look of him. Looks like a bit of a cool cat, but I like his composure and his competitiveness. I think the Lions have found a player there.
And Rochelle as well. Competitive first quarter for him. Good smother there from Schoenberg on Berry. Keys. Neil tackled him. Berry, clever tap. Keys now. Awkward ball for Rochelle. Bounced over him. It's a live ball in the pocket for the Crows. Picked up by Harris Andrews. And disguised that well. Just walks it over the boundary line and out of bounds in that left forward pocket. Crows end.
I think Rochelle looked up and thought, I'll try and tackle Harris, but then copped a big fend off and thought, I'll just let him run out of bounds. 8
points is the Lions lead. And Cockatoo, there's no one on him if it gets to the back, and it does. And that's a high ball drifting towards the boundary. How will the umpire see this?
The players were looking around and thought, are we going to play this game today?
Well, they paid a stiff one against Sam Berry for the Crows.
Just looking at that boundary umpire with the cap on again. Very interesting move.
Boundary throwing. Darcy Ford on the ground now. Shallow throw in. Bodywork done there by O'Brien. Cockatoo trying to slap it towards Berry, who got it to Neil. Spiralling ball up towards McStay. Good recovery from that marking contest. Handball out wide to Jared Berry, racking up the possessions in this first term. Zach Bailey, the two goal kickers combined. Swinging ball back. It's an awkward one. McInerney got a hand to it. Cameron lurking. McCarthy coming through. Answorth drifting forward. Has a free teammate in Madden. Getting it back towards McCarthy. Crows under pressure, but McHenry taking the ground. No free kick. Rowe trying to put some pressure on. Robinson, just taken high there by Rochelle. He wasn't intentional, but the free kick was there.
Robbo invites that sort of stuff.
Sends them back into attack. McStay, good work there from Hinge. In the pocket lines. Crows with numbers. They get it through to Crouch. Handball into space. Looking through Rowe. Working his way back through the traffic. Jones kick finds James Madden, who wants to switch the play of the Irishman and does so now to Marcus Adams through the centre circle. And that's a really good kick. And the Lions get...
What about the carry on?
Yeah, lucky.
Cockatoo?
Yeah, lucky that... perhaps wasn't a 50-metre penalty there against Sam Berry. But Nakai Cockatoo, great to see him playing some consistent footy and played the final 7 games, including the 2 finals last year for the Lions.
Absolute X factor for this Brisbane Lions team, and just had to get his body right coming from Geelong, and hopefully he's had a good pre-season.
With a toe on the 50, gets underneath that. Said he was looking forward to playing in these conditions. And that does not even sneak in for a score. Out of bounds on the full. On the quarter time siren. And a competitive first quarter so far from both sides there, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah, I like the way the Crows are going about it. They are using a lot of handball coming out of the back half, which in these conditions is an interesting ploy, being it's so slippery. But I think it hasn't, touch wood, hasn't rained since we've been here, so it looks like the deck is drying out a little bit. But the Crows are being competitive. I think the Lions' class and maturity is probably just putting them in front at the moment. But the young Crows are definitely having a crack, and it's been a great contest so far.
Certainly has. 3-3-21, the Lions lead. 2-1-13, the Crows. The goal kickers so far, Joe Danaher kicked the first for the Lions. Berry and Bailey kicked 1-1 in that term. And for the Crows, Thilthorpe kicked their first goal. James Rowe with a nice snap from the pocket as well.
Great goal.
Haven't been afraid to mix up their centre square combos, the Crows as well, working different guys through there.
Yeah, and from the Brisbane Lions perspective, I think it was good to see the likes of Zach Bailey through the centre circle. Good to see Jared Berry back in the team, and also Cam Rayner is looking like an absolute beast out there and looking very strong. And I think the Brisbane Lions fans would be very excited to see his face out there.
We'll take a quick break at quarter time. It's the Lions by 8 points. Early, missed all of last season with groin issues, and here is a Bailey, and a good mark there from Danaher. Did he edge out Murray? Umpire said it was legal, and Joe Danaher gets the first shot. He's setting up for the snap. 46 goals, 32 last season. His first shot of the morning.
Just snuck it through.
And no real celebration. But
too early. I think it's too early for celebrations, mate. That'll probably come in the second half when everyone wakes up.
First touch of the morning. Wants to advance that ball with a short pass. Has to be precise. McCarthy got a hand to it. Jones swoops on the loose footy. Out to Berry. Through hands Schoenberg. Now to Keys. Slapped away a hand and sends that into attack. He's got a one-on-one. Getting back, taking a nice mark. Thilthorpe on Darcy Fort. Not sure how he ended up there, but there is the first goal of the morning. To the hands free, and the Lions will take the advantage. And they go up towards centre half forward. Berry can turn, have a ping at the goals. And here, that is a beautiful kick from Jared Berry. And the Lions get the immediate answer.
Yeah, great.
Thilthorpe got hands to it. As led front and centre, good handball to James Rowe. Will he have a shot or square it back? It's a good shot off the left. What a goal there from James Rowe. Evens things up here at Metricon Stadium at 2-1-13 apiece, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah.
Thilthorpe got hands to it. As led front and centre, good handball to James Rowe. Will he have a shot or square it back? It's a good shot off the left. What a goal there from James Rowe. Evens things up here at Metricon Stadium at 2-1-13 apiece, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah.
Chris Adams through the centre circle, and that's a really good kick. And the Lions get...
What about the carry on?
Yeah, lucky.
Cockatoo.
Yeah, lucky that perhaps wasn't a 50-metre. Early, missed all of last season with groin issues, and here is a Bailey, and a good mark there from Danaher. Did he edge out Murray? Umpire said it was legal, and Joe Danaher gets the first shot. He's setting up for the snap. 46 goals, 32 last season. His first shot of the morning.
Just snuck it through.
And no real celebration. But
too early. I think it's too early for celebrations, mate. That'll probably come in the second half when everyone wakes up.
First touch of the morning. Wants to advance that ball with a short pass. Has to be precise. McCarthy got a hand to it. Jones swoops on the loose footy. Out to Berry. Through hands Schoenberg. Now to Keys, slapped away a hand and sends that into attack. He's got a one-on-one. Getting back, taking a nice mark. Thilthorpe on Darcy Fort. Not sure how he ended up there, but there is the first goal of the morning. To the hands free, and the Lions will take the advantage. And they go up towards centre half forward. Berry can turn, have a ping at the goals. And here, that is a beautiful kick from Jared Berry. And the Lions get the immediate answer.
Yeah, great.
Thilthorpe got hands to it. As led front and centre, good handball to James Rowe. Will he have a shot or square it back? It's a good shot off the left. What a goal there from James Rowe. Evens things up here at Metricon Stadium at 2-1-13 apiece, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah.
Thilthorpe got hands to it. As led front and centre, good handball to James Rowe. Will he have a shot or square it back? It's a good shot off the left. What a goal there from James Rowe. Evens things up here at Metricon Stadium at 2-1-13 apiece, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah.
Chris Adams through the centre circle, and that's a really good kick. And the Lions get...
What about the carry on?
Yeah, lucky.
Cockatoo.
Yeah, lucky that perhaps wasn't a 50-metre. Early, missed all of last season with groin issues, and here is a Bailey, and a good mark there from Danaher. Did he edge out Murray? Umpire said it was legal, and Joe Danaher gets the first shot. He's setting up for the snap. 46 goals, 32 last season. His first shot of the morning.
Just snuck it through.
And no real celebration. But
too early. I think it's too early for celebrations, mate. That'll probably come in the second half when everyone wakes up.
First touch of the morning. Wants to advance that ball with a short pass. Has to be precise. McCarthy got a hand to it. Jones swoops on the loose footy. Out to Berry. Through... Welcome back to Metricon Stadium. We're about to start this second quarter. where the Brisbane Lions lead by 8 points. Great to have your company on KO Freebies for this doubleheader. After this, it's the Gold Coast Suns and Port Adelaide as well. Brett Thomas and Daniel Merritt with you this afternoon, and saw a pretty entertaining quarter. There was, times of uncontested chains coming through, and other times the pressure was pretty good.
Yeah, I think with the amount of rain we've had up here in Queensland, the Metricon surface is holding up brilliantly, and I think the Crows are the beneficiaries of that, where they're using a lot of in-close hands to cut through the Brisbane Lions' defence. It's been a competitive first quarter by both teams. Brisbane's class just showing a little bit, but I'm excited to see how these young Crows hang in there for the rest of the game.
So let's get this second quarter underway. As Dan mentioned there, just so much rain in southeast Queensland and followed us from Brisbane to the Gold Coast, but looks clear at the moment. Conditions a little bit slippery. But certainly the Crows not afraid to use it by hand and foot, short passing. Here they come now as Riley O'Brien tried to funnel it out of the contest. Joe Danaher starting at centre-half forward for this quarter. On the left foot goes Cameron McStay charging out, or Fort charging out from the goal square. They both went down. Cockatoo tried to get it towards Zach Bailey. Ball slipped out of his reach. Will the free kick go against Jordan Butts?
Oh,
and I think that was deliberately done there from Zach Bailey. Knowing the pressure was coming, he just tapped that out of his way, and then Butts gives away the free kick.
Yeah, very wily there by Zach Bailey, just tapping the ball in front of him, not taking possession and getting tackled there by Butts. But good contest there. Big Darcy Fort comes out, cleans up McStay. Cockatoo, great skills in this sort of weather. But let's see if Bailey can finish.
So he has missed again, this time to the left-hand side. He's kicked 1 goal, 2 in this game. Danaher, Jared Berry, the other goal kickers from a Lions point of view, and Thilthorpe and James Rowe, the goal kickers in the first term for the Adelaide Crows. And here's McPherson with the kick-in duties. Had plenty of touches across the back half in that first term. And he's going to bring this out towards half-back. Riley O'Brien slipping down, came out towards Rory Laird. Gets it to a one-on-one. Thilthorpe and Harris Andrews does the strong body work. Gave away the free kick. The umpire said Thilthorpe looking for it, and he will get that free kick. The strapping on his right knee out towards Schoenberg. And that's a good kick into space to Rory Laird. Hard running from Rory Laird, the best and fairest winner, into the pocket. Tried to bite off a little bit more than he can chew, but McHenry did well. Tried to sell the dummy and then handballs back. It ends up with Keys now. Shrug of the shoulders, under pressure. Flirting with the boundary line. Screwed that back, did that really well. Mitch Robinson is happy to send it over for a rush behind.
Yeah, good little build-up there by the Crows. Uncontested footy, then kicking long to a contest.
And Daniel Rich is going to waste no time bringing that in. First time All-Australian last year. Averaged 26 disposals. 21 of those were kicks just like that one. Oh, that's a slipped off the chest there of Lockie Neal. But with a bit of class, he did so well, as you heard there from Daniel Merritt, and sends it up towards half forward. McStay, strong in the contest. Jones went to ground and followed up his work well. Got it out towards Lions, and Danaher is on. Can take the mark, play on unselfish to McCluggage, and McCluggage pops through a classy goal there. Good team effort from the Brisbane Lions.
In these sort of conditions, I just think about those Adelaide Crows defenders just being able to keep that ball in front of them. It slips out the back, and you can see the Lions just getting the most of it, where the ball flips out the back, and unfortunately they had some spare players running through. But great play there by the Lions. I think it probably started with Lockie Neal there, just those strong hips for all those young midfielders out there. Been having that strong hips, strong legs, been able to break through the tackle.
And the follow-up work from McStay was good as well. The marking contest, and got involved, got it to Lions, and an easy goal for Brisbane. They lead by 14 points. McCluggage now on a wing against Lockie Scholl, who's 2 Rising Star nominations 2 years in a row. That'll be a good contest there with Hugh McCluggage. Back in the middle now. McInerney giving away the free kick against Riley O'Brien. And just loads up on that right foot, drifting towards right half forward. Courage there from Daniel Rich.
Looks a bit sore too.
Yeah, does he ever. Let's hope there's no concussion.
Is that blood? Blood rule straight up, called by the umpire.
Geez, it might just... Oh, you can see the blood all over his eye, and it's wiped onto his thigh as well. But might just be a practice game, but that's tremendous courage there from Daniel Rich. I reckon Chris Fagan had his heart in his mouth as he went for that ball.
Looks pretty nasty cut above his eye there.
So he will come off and gets the applause from the Lions fans who have made the trip down the highway today. Darcy Wilmot will come on, so he'll get some more minutes and look pretty good in that first term.
Yeah, I like the look of him. Looks very composed.
A few handballs, and now he's going to kick, although
he's still
held off a bit. Yeah. So called to play on. Kicks under pressure. Dumps that down the line. Off hands and out of bounds.
It's a good option for the Lions. You've got Darcy Fort and the Big O down the line just to make a contest and then let their smalls get to work at ground level.
O'Brien, McInerney lock horns again. O'Brien just slipped and got in front. Schoenberg just goes off the deck. Berry waiting for the handball. Comes back into the contest though. Body's diving on the footy. The umpire, I reckon, will rush in and throw this up.
It's one of the Darcys. Darcy Gardner just creating that contest.
Darcy Fort, Darcy Wilmot playing today. McCluggage and Haitley going into this contest now. And another stoppage. From a Crows fan's point of view, what have you liked about Rochelle? Soligo we haven't seen as much of in terms of possessions, but Rochelle's looked pretty good from what we've seen so far.
Oh, 100%. Looks a good shape, moves well, good skills, and I can understand why the Crows fans would be so excited about him.
Here is Rowe. That's a nice kick into space, but Key's trying to take that on his chest, invited Madden in. Nice kick around the corner there from Fogarty. Robinson getting back, trying to take the mark, and there is a free kick to the Adelaide Crows for shepherding to be taken by Riley Thilthorpe as Harris Andrews just tried to hold him out to allow Robinson to come through to take the intercept mark.
Yeah, Big H. He's almost too strong for Thilthorpe at the moment. And yeah, just needs to hide that shepherd there just a little bit better. But he's obviously trying to protect Mitch Robinson coming back with the flight of the ball.
Rory Laird says he's an aerobic beast. He spent time on a wing and in the ruck during match practice. Starting up forward today. Kicked 5 goals on debut against the Hawks in round 6 last year, and he's got 2 on the board in this opening half. Yeah,
good contest upfield by the Adelaide Crows. Getting it deep. It's funny, when you get the ball in deep, no matter who it is, it puts the pressure on the defence, and defenders tend to make mistakes when they're under pressure. So, yeah, just a little bit overzealous there by Harris Andrews, but good long kick there by the Crows to put the Brisbane Lions defence under pressure.
So that'll be a good contest for Thilthorpe today against the mature body of Harris Andrews, who's so smart the way he judges the footy and uses his body, but illegally on that occasion. And Thilthorpe puts through his second, and the lead is back to 8 points.
I just wanted to mention that was Darcy Fogarty that kicked it in deep there. So that's the 4th Darcy we got on the field today.
Back in the middle, O'Brien getting up high. McInerney's going to go off the deck. Got a bit of purchase on that too. Fast ball for Brown, couldn't take the mark. Called back into action there from McPherson, taken to ground by Charlie Cameron. Cockatoo got half a shin to it. It's like a maul at the moment of players as McCluggage, good handball, Berry into space, looking for Lyons, forced to kick off the deck. That was clever, coming through off the thigh of Charlie Cameron.
Thought I was watching EPL for a second there. And, yeah, Charlie would have usually cleaned that one up.
Wet weather footy, just territory is a premium at the moment. Poor kick in from that behind. Oh, just Lyons got a shove in the back there from Chase Jones.
Either.
Gets the free kick and lets him know about it.
Obviously playing against his former club here, Jared Lyons. Would want to play well against them. Just to let them know what they let go. But, yeah, he's been a great player ever since he's come to the Brisbane Lions.
From the Crows to the Suns and now to the Brisbane Lions. 3rd in the AFL for tackles last year. We'll actually spend some time up forward in a bid to get more midfield minutes for McCluggage and Bailey. No real celebration there from Jared Lyons, but don't be fooled. He has kicked the goal.
Nah, it's a bit of a thing, isn't it, with these trial games? I'm not sure you're allowed to celebrate a goal. Obviously, it might be a little fine for you during the week. You might have to buy the boys coffee if you celebrate a goal, by the look of it. But it just shows in this sort of weather, when you put your head over the ball and be strong over the footy, if you don't get the ball yourself, you can draw the free kick.
As Matt Crouch comes back onto the field and will come into the middle, we'll keep an eye on his progress today. Crows fans would love to see their 2017 club champion back out there, because he had hip groin issues, multiple surgeries, but still managed to get a 2-year contract in September. So they obviously still rate him very highly. A ball magnet, and now he's on McCluggage for this centre bounce. So Hugh, as we mentioned, will get some more minutes in the midfield from the ruck contest as Haitley got it off the boot, second attempt out towards the wing. Answorth, another player coming back from injury. Wilmot to load up off half back. Did that well, and that's what he's known for. He's attacking Dare off the half back line. Right off the boot by Davis, just shrugged off McCarthy. Bailey tried to go off the deck, shrug of the hips and the hands there from, what a clever kick. McCarthy into Bailey, the cute kick around the corner, and he's found Charlie Cameron.
Wow.
How'd he get the angle on that?
That was pretty clean there. Link McCarthy, just that pick up, give to Zach Bailey and to Charlie on the chest. 3 very, very skillful players right there. And it shows in these slippery conditions, it looked like it was dry weather.
So yet to hit the scoreboard so far, Charlie Cameron, 55 goals, 33. What an end to the season he had last year, averaging almost 4 goals a game in his last 5, including the finals. And he gets his account open this morning at Metricon Stadium. Charlie Cameron gets his first goal.
Also, a former Adelaide Crows player. Would, love to play against his old team, play well. And good finish there. But, geez, that was amazing work by Zach Bailey and Link McCarthy. Just been able to link up over there on the 50 and be able to bring that back onto Charlie's chest.
So it's their 3rd goal of the quarter now, the Brisbane Lions. McCluggage, Jared Lyons, and now Charlie Cameron.
It's interesting weather conditions, because you have a game plan of how you want to play, but really, when it's wet, it's all about that territory game and just getting it forward, getting on the boot. And getting it your way.
Strawn in the ruck against Fort. The umpire will have to recall that. Let it go, but it was not often that one ruckman hits to another ruckman in a centre bounce.
Darcy Fort's eyes just lit up, but unfortunately the umpires brought it back.
Wonder if he called out his name.
Yeah, I reckon he might have.
Here for you. So will throw it up this time. Strawn. Now Lyons, Jared Berry. Lyons wants it back and gets it. Weaves through traffic past Sam Berry. Now to Jared Berry, who slams it in towards the forward line. Fresh out, it was Murray. Good body work there from Charlie Cameron. And he's kicked 2 goals in a row.
Yeah, so that one very crafty there by Charlie. As the defender's gone up to catch the ball, just nudged him a little bit. Good use of the body work and sneaks for a little goal out the back. But I think, again, in these sort of conditions, it's all about that territory game. Great work in the midfield there by the Lions. Get that long kick in forward, put the Crows defenders under the pump, and more times than not, you're going to kick a goal if you're getting it. Nice, deep entries.
So the Lions starting to kick away. 27 points is the lead now.
Yeah, the Crows, they just got to hang in there. They got to hang in there. It is a trial game, so we're not playing for sheep stations. But it's all about getting your structures right, getting your effort right as well from those young Crows players.
They led by 8 points at quarter time. In the middle we go. Crouch gets that on the left, just breaks the centre, and McHenry takes the mark at centre half forward. Wants to get it moving quickly, try and find a one-on-one, give his forwards a chance toward the goal square. Flying up high, Riley O'Brien. Ooh. And here is Rochelle, first shot on goal.
Lively.
Just drifting through for a behind.
Good build up there by Ned. And then to pump it deep again, putting the Brisbane defence under pressure. I think that's what we've learnt today. The deeper we get it, the better chance we are to kick a goal.
So Daniel Rich goes short. They allow that kick into the pocket.
Good to see Richie back out here after that head knock and a little bit of claret.
Here's Berry, presents the short lead and gets it. Rich flashing pass. We'll get the low handball now. Lockie Neal says kick that ball long. Darcy Fort doing some wrestling off the contest with Strawn. And that goes out of bounds right in front of us here. Broadcast side, Metricon Stadium, doubleheader on KO Freebies, Lions v Crows. And we've got the Suns against the Power straight after this. First bounce at 2 o'clock local time. Fort and Strawn. Fort got his hand to it. Rayner coming through. It's been a bit quiet, Cam Rayner, hasn't he? We haven't really called him much in this first half.
Yeah, look, first game back after 12 months. He'll just be wanting to get through the game today. But it's just great to see him back out there, I think, for Brisbane Lions fans.
Crouch. Squeezing kick up towards the wing. Fogarty just over his head. At the back, Riley O'Brien. Harris Andrews coming through. Did he keep it in, the big fella? And Adams playing for the free kick against Saligo will get it on the wing. Turns. Nice angle ball into Cam Rayner right on cue.
Here he is.
Neil wants the handball. Just ran past a little bit too early, though. Good kick out wide. Finds Bailey. Bailey into the pocket. Neil kept running, and it's a clever kick into space there from Zach Bailey. Lachie Neale thinks about the pass, might settle himself down now. Now he's still looking for the pass.
Someone come at him. Charlie's just pretending he's not interested, and here he comes.
Reluctant shot on goal from Lachie Neale.
Is he going to go snap here from, 40 metres out? It's ambitious.
He's a classy player. Oh, look at that. Bend it like Lachie. And he bends that through for a goal. The most reluctant goal kicker ever. He looked for an eternity to pass that off. And he snaps one through. And
geez, he made that look easy.
Did he ever? In these sort of conditions, you can't understate how difficult a shot that was from that distance. As you mentioned there, Daniel Merritt. But Lachie Neale's going to spend some time on a wing this season, we heard from Chris Fagan. What do you think about getting some of their experienced players out of the middle into different positions to allow the likes of Rayner, Bailey, McCluggage into the centre bounce?
I think it's only going to make the Lions better, where you've got that. He's an absolute class act, Lachie, with his skills, and if you can get him out in a bit of time and space, well, that's going to set up the forwards, particularly those forward entries. Make it very, very delicious for the Brisbane Lions forwards receiving kicks from Lachie Neale.
So 5 goals second term now for the Brisbane Lions, sharing it around as well. 7 goal kickers so far. Charlie Cameron, the only multiple goal scorer with 2 in this term. Tight in close.
Oh.
And really tight there on holding the ball. It'll go Brisbane's way as Cockatoo wants to get it onto Fort, get it moving. The long boot there of Daniel Rich sends it into the pocket. Danaher won't get a fly at the footy, but it almost fell into his lap there. Couldn't quite take the mark. Hat kick out from defence. Madden gets the front position, taps that out of bounds, just running in front of Ned McHenry. Robinson there as well, and a boundary throw in. And Lions have really lifted in this term, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, see by the scoreboard, it's been a good quarter for them. I think just their stronger bodies over the footy, and they're just playing that forward footy, territory footy, getting it deep, putting the young Crows defence under pressure.
Fort got a hand to it. Laird under pressure. Schoenberg slips through him. Great pick up there from the Brownlow medalist Lachie Neale. Snap around the corner. It's going to bounce over a few heads. Will come out towards McStay through his legs. Crows now with numbers. Jones going to get a free handball. No. Answorth picks up the loose footy. Shot on goal. And welcome back Noah Answorth. Another goal kicker from the Brisbane Lions. And look at them get around him. Obviously, Cam Rayner gets a lot of headlines, and this guy we can't forget about. What a lot of promise he's shown, and couldn't get on the field last year due to injury.
I think great to see him back after a frustrating year of injury, and it just shows the Brisbane Lions were probably missing his speed last year. He's an underrated player. He's a strong player, an absolute competitor, and a great finish he showed there. And I think his teammates getting around him. He's a much loved teammate. And, hopefully we see a lot more of Noah out there this season.
Well, he's been a standout in match sim over the pre-season. Hasn't played since round 17, 2020. Had a lot of groin issues last season, but loading up off... Well, we've seen him on the wing, actually, today, but, of course, can play across half-back and be interesting, who takes the minutes, the role from Grant Birchall. Dane Zorko's been playing a little bit across half-back, and Madden playing today as well. Back in action in the middle. Can the Lions respond through Ben Keys? Playing in front was Andrews. Thilthorpe forced to tackle. Handball out into the path of Rochelle getting involved. Well done. Got it to Laird. Held off the handball to the other first-year player. Saligo tried to thread the needle. Picked up off the bounce by Rich. Now to Harris Andrews. It's a high ball more than it is a longer ball. Jones, the ball from behind. Kick inside the 50. Rowe kicked a goal in that first term. Just lost the footy. And now Bailey, quick hands there from the Lions. They load up through Cockatoo and they release Wilmot running through the middle at Metricon Stadium. He's got Rayner getting back. He's waiting for it to bounce to him. Oh, well done there from Davis.
Good follow-up by Rayner.
And ends up with Scholl. That's a great defensive effort, I reckon, that will be highlighted during the week by Matthew Nix. Against the strong body there of Rayner, and Ben Davis was delisted last year, redrafted as a rookie, former Swans Academy member, and under at sea did very, very well there, deep in defence. So boundary throw-in. Schoenberg in front of Bailey, had his left hand and handball that into his thigh, calling for out of bounds on the full. We'll throw it back in. 9:5:59, 3:3:21. Coming up to 20 minutes gone in this opening half on KO Freebies. Brett Thomas, Daniel Merritt with you this afternoon, or this morning I should say. Started at 10 a.m. Queensland time. Cockatoo. Now Jones. A couple of lines dive on him. There. I think he's laid an egg. The umpire said yes. And he has been pinged. Berry off to Cockatoo. Sinks that towards the goal square. Oh, Rayner just got up a little bit too early. Surely that's a free kick to Nick Murray.
I think there's a good sign of confidence there by Cam Rayner going for the hanger.
Well, Mitch Hinge, I should say, former Lion, gets the free kick. Got nowhere near it in the end, did he? But at least he's having a crack.
Absolutely.
And not afraid to try and fly at the footy, although he didn't really get off the ground. Up towards the ruckman. Starcevic coming through. Strawn tried to hack that out of midair. Oh, great smother. And the one percenters that Chris Fagan loves there from Brandon Starcevic, who smothers that out of bounds. One of the one percenters Chris Fagan has employed during the off-season as a breathing coach.
Yeah.
To help with stress and pressure on the field.
I'm all about it. Wim Hof, he's my boy. Anyone out there knows Wim Hof? I'm all about that breathing.
We'll see when they get some set shots on goal, if we can notice anything with the technique before they have shots. Here is Keys trying to shrug off the tackle from McCluggage, but good tackle there from Hugh.
Brisbane Lions' bigger bodies are just starting to show out now, where they're just muscling up the Adelaide Crows, particularly around those centre stoppages.
His target there is Joe Danaher. It will not get there. Berry on the ground trying to farm that ball out to McCarthy, and another forward 50 free kick the Brisbane Lions' way.
Just put a little bit of mayo on that, Bez. Made sure the umpire saw it. And again, just those deeper entries into inside 50, create a contest, and then putting that Crows defence under pressure. And he was good enough to get the free kick.
So Jared Berry kicked a goal in that first term. It's the Nat Fyfe lookalike, isn't he, with his size, the number 7 and the hair?
Yeah. I did see Nat Fyfe with like the goatee. Don't know if that'll catch on.
And that just barely sneaks in for a behind. But if he can add that goal kicking to his game, become a marking target in the 50, he'll be a dangerous matchup.
Probably shows why Zach Bailey's so dangerous. When he pushes forward, he always pops up on the scoreboard. 39
points is the Lions' lead. Can the Crows negotiate their way out of defence? There's not really much in the way of tall targets that McPherson has directed this ball. McAdam goes at the footy. McHenry was there as well. They get a boundary throw in.
I feel like we've been stuck on this little pocket here for the last 15 minutes. And as the Brisbane midfielders just sorted out who's the hit to.
O'Brien gets the front position into space. McCluggage and Crouch. Berry in there as well, holding the ball. Red hot, lest they've paid it to both ways. On this instance goes against McCluggage. Kick from Berry, missed its target, but Scholl winds up on the left. Didn't really get great connection on that kick. And Rochelle and Adams will see that ball go out of bounds, 50 out from the Crows' goal.
Rochelle reminds me a bit of Dacos. There's a bit of Dacos about him, the way he moves, even the way he looks a little bit, I suppose.
Cameron waiting for that ball to come out. Comes out towards Taylor. Slippery footy. Rayner goes on top of him. Will have to make an effort to show that he's trying to get it out, but the umpire, quick whistle, will come in and throw this up. So the Crows had just 28 players available to play in today's match. Tap towards the boundary side. Crouch over his head looking for Schoenberg. Good pressure there from Cockatoo, aggressive. Squirts out the back. McCluckage.
Good tackle.
Slips to ground. And we get another stoppage. It was a great tackle there.
Crouchy.
We mentioned a couple of times he's on restricted minutes in this game. Hot contest at the moment there, Sauce.
Oh, I just saw Mitchy Robinson nearly got his head kicked off, and he's gone back into the contest to try and get a bit of revenge.
McInerney slapped forward by O'Brien. Off the deck goes Robinson. McCarthy, big contest there with Haitley into attack. Fogarty couldn't quite take the mark, just slipped it. Adams diving in. Starcevic. Hot footy, McAdam. Stacks on the mill. And there's a bit of room here for the Crows to try and get some of their small forwards, their midfielders on the move from this ruck contest, try and create a scoring opportunity. So ruckman wrestled together, picked up by Adams, turns around and kicks it towards the boundary. Well done there from Lyons. Slung to the ground, but got the handball free. Oh, Joe Danaher going back through the traffic. And he's given away the free kick. He tried the big...
just run through Hingy there.
Yeah, just like a Mack truck, just yelling, get out of my way. And the former Brisbane Lion earns the free kick and probably a little bit sore. On the left he goes, pumps it towards the goal square. The pack flies at the back. Bailey through for a rush behind.
I appreciate that from Big Joe. I really appreciate that. I love seeing it.
I think they felt that in Adelaide, that collision, as the Lions bring it in through Mitch Robinson. Danaher calling for it long. He's on Chase Jones at the moment and just frustrated throws his hands in the air as they go back to the goal square. And this should allow the Crows to set up a defensive structure and try and trap it in their forward line late in this second quarter. Should at the very least prevent the Lions from scoring. Here is Robinson in the pocket. And they have closed off most of their options going forward, so he will have to dump it up the line finally to Joe Danaher. Still on Chase Jones. Good contest, though, from Chase as Laird slipping to the ground. Taylor, fast hands into Berry towards the pocket. Fogarty's had a tough afternoon. Hands to it. Rowe. Kick one from the left pocket. This one from the right, drifting towards the goal square. Off hands and through for a behind.
Yeah, good position there by Rowe as a small forward. Right in that drop zone. And then great centering kick. Definitely putting the Brisbane Lions defence under pressure these last couple of minutes.
37 points, Brisbane Lions lead. Rich wandering out of the goal square. Danaher, McInerney, good mark there from Joe Danaher. Just read that beautifully on a slippery afternoon.
I love how Joe he came back 3 steps. Has a look.
Neil over the top. Rayner, no one on him.
Just working himself into the game now, Cam.
And he looks up, sends it long to the big men. Fly from behind, and front was Lyons in the pocket toward the goal square. Cameron couldn't quite take the mark. Bailey having a shot on goal. And they're the most clever players on the Lions list there. Cameron and Bailey will always create something.
They will.
That chance, it was a behind for Zach Bailey, who must be up to 1-3 now.
Just playing the conditions perfectly there, Brisbane.
And there is the halftime siren. Good quarter for Brisbane. They kicked 3 goals in that term. They go on at halftime with a 37-point lead, and just as you'd expect, Daniel Merritt, just the experience. They've picked a really strong squad today. Not too many missing from their best side, apart from Eric Hipwood, who we won't see for a while, and Dane Zorko, obviously the skipper. But from what you'd expect of a classy side like Brisbane against the Crows today.
Yeah, exactly right. And I think they're playing the conditions really well, but. Yeah, I think just their mature bodies against the Crows' younger list came through in the end, and you could see the classy players of Lockie Neal, Dan Rich got going as well, and through the middle, Jared Lyons, Zach Bailey, those guys. Really, and even good to see Jared Berry out there having an influence as well. But I think their bigger bodies around the contest just started to show in that quarter.
Yeah, we certainly saw some good signs from a Crows perspective. Matt Crouch, did some nice things, and some of his pressure was good. Ben Davis, that one-on-one with Cam Rayner was huge in that quarter. And Rochelle as well. Only had a few moments here and there, but you can tell he's going to be a really dangerous player.
Yeah, geez, he moves well. Very exciting for Adelaide Crows fans for sure to see him out there. And I think it's just, from a Adelaide Crows supporters' point of view, the Crows, they're having a crack. They're creating a contest. They're up against a pretty good side today, but I think it's good signs for the Crows moving forward.
So the goal kickers at half-time. Charlie Cameron, the only multiple goal scorer, 2 of the Lions. Bailey has 1, probably should have 2 or 3. Jared Lyons, Lockie Neal, Berry, McCluggage and Danaher. And the goal kickers for the Crows, James Rowe, Riley Thilthorpe, the goal kickers in the first term, just 1 goal in the second. That was Thilthorpe off a free kick as well. We'll take a break, half-time at Metricon Stadium. Thanks for your company. 2 matches here. This is the first one, the Lions and the Crows. After this, we've got the Suns and Port Adelaide just waiting for their match. First bounce, 2 p.m. Queensland time. At half-time, it's the Lions leading 9-7-61. Adelaide 3-5-23. Early, missed all of last season with groin issues, and here is a Bailey and a good mark there from Danaher. Did he edge out Murray? Umpire said it was legal, and Joe Danaher gets the first shot. He's setting up for the snap. 46 goals, 32 last season. His first shot of the morning.
Just snuck it through.
And no real celebration. But
too early. I think it's too early for celebrations, mate. That'll probably come in the second half when everyone wakes up.
First touch of the morning. Wants to advance that ball with a short pass. Has to be precise. McCarthy got a hand to it. Jones swoops on the loose footy. Out to Berry. Through hands Schoenberg. Now to Keys. Slapped away a hand and sends that into attack. He's got a one-on-one. Getting back, taking a nice mark. Thilthorpe on Darcy Fort. Not sure how he ended up there, but there is the first goal of the morning. To the hands free, and the Lions will take the advantage. And they go up towards centre half forward. Berry can turn, have a ping at the goals. And here, that is a beautiful kick from Jared Berry. And the Lions get the immediate answer.
Yeah, great.
Thilthorpe got hands to it. As led front and centre, good handball to James Rowe. Will he have a shot to square it back? It's a good shot off the left. What a goal there from James Rowe. Evens things up here at Metricon Stadium at 2-1, 13 apiece, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah.
Thilthorpe got hands to it. As led front and centre, good handball to James Rowe. Will he have a shot to square it back? It's a good shot off the left. What a goal there from James Rowe. Evens things up here at Metricon Stadium at 2-1, 13 apiece, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah.
Chris Adams through the centre circle, and that's a really good kick. And the Lions get...
What about the carry on?
Yeah, lucky.
Cockatoo?
Yeah, lucky that perhaps wasn't a 50-metre... That's a nice kick into space, but Keys trying to take that on his chest, invited Madden in. Nice kick around the corner there from Fogarty. Robinson getting back, trying to take the mark, and there is a free kick.
Trying to protect Mitch Robinson coming back with the flight of the ball.
Rory Laird says he's an aerobic beast. He spent time on a wing and in the ruck during match practice. Starting up forward today. Kicked 5 goals on debut against the Hawks in round 6 last year. Off the half back line. Right off the boot by Davis, just shrugged off McCarthy. Bailey tried to go off the deck, shrug of the hips and the hands there from... Oh, what a clever kick. McCarthy into Bailey. The cute kick around. So far, Charlie Cameron, 55 goals, 33. What an end to the season he had last year, averaging almost 4 goals a game in his last 5, including the finals. And he gets his account open this morning at Metricon Stadium. Charlie Cameron gets his first goal.
Also, a former...
Back and gets it. Weaves through traffic past Sam Berry. Now to Jared Berry, who slams it in towards the forward line. Fresh out, it was Murray. Good body work there from Charlie Cameron. And he's kicked 2 goals in a row.
Yeah, it's that one.
Back and gets it. Weaves through traffic past Sam Berry. Now to Jared Berry, who slams it in towards the forward line. Fresh out, it was Murray. Good body work there from Charlie Cameron. And he's kicked 2 goals in a row.
Yeah, it's that one.
Good kick out wide, finds Bailey. Bailey into the pocket. Neal kept running, and it's a clever kick into space there from Zach Bailey. Lockie Neal thinks about the pass, might settle himself down now. Now he's still looking for the pass.
Someone come at him. Charlie's just pretending he's not interested, and here he comes.
Reluctant shot on goal from Lockie.
Meters out. It's ambitious.
He's a classy player. Oh, look at that. Bend it like Lockie. And he bends that through for a goal. The most reluctant goal kicker ever. He looked for an eternity to pass that off. And he snaps one for him. Great pick up there from the Brownlow medalist Lockie Neal. Snap around the corner. It's going to bounce over a few heads. Will come out towards McStay through his legs. Crows now with numbers. Jones going to get a free handball. No. Answorth picks up the loose footy. Shot on goal. And welcome back Noah Answorth. Another goal kicker from the Brisbane Lions. And look at them get around him. Obviously, great pick up there from the Brownlow medalist Lockie Neal. Snap around the corner. It's going to bounce over a few heads. Will come out towards McStay through his legs. Crows now with numbers. Jones going to get a free handball. No. Answorth picks up the loose footy. Shot on goal. And welcome back Noah Answorth. Another goal kicker from the Brisbane Lions. And look at them get around him. Obviously through. Strawn tried to hack that out of midair. Oh, great smother and the one round and kicks it towards the boundary. Well done there from Lyons. Slung to the ground, but got the handball free. Oh, Joe Danaher going back through the traffic. Round and kicks it towards the boundary. Well done there from Lyons. Slung to the ground, but got the handball free. Oh, Joe Danaher going back through the traffic early. Missed all of last season with groin issues. And here is a Bailey and a good mark there from Danaher. Did he edge out Murray? Umpire said it was legal, and Joe Danaher gets the first shot. He's setting up for the snap. 46 goals, 32 last season. His first shot of the morning.
Just snuck it through.
And no real celebration. But
too early. I think it's too early for celebrations, mate. That'll probably come in the second half when everyone wakes up.
First touch of the morning. Wants to advance that ball with a short pass. Has to be precise. McCarthy got a hand to it. Jones swoops on the loose footy. Out to Berry. Through hands Schoenberg. Now to Keys. Slapped away a hand and sends that into attack. He's got a one-on-one. Getting back, taking a nice mark. Thilthorpe on Darcy Fort. Not sure how he ended up there, but there is the first goal of the morning. To the hands free, and the Lions will take the advantage. And they go up towards centre half forward. Berry can turn, have a ping at the goals. And here, that is a beautiful kick from Jared Berry, and the Lions get the immediate answer.
Yeah, great.
Thilthorpe got hands to it as led front and centre. Good handball to James Rowe. Will he have a shot to square it back? It's a good shot off the left. What a goal there from James Rowe. Evens things up here at Metricon Stadium at 2-1, 13 apiece, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah.
Thilthorpe got hands to it as led front and centre. Good handball to James Rowe. Will he have a shot to square it back? It's a good shot off the left. What a goal there from James Rowe. Evens things up here at Metricon Stadium at 2-1, 13 apiece, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah.
Chris Adams through the centre circle, and that's a really good kick. And the Lions get...
What about the carry on?
Yeah, lucky.
Cockatoo?
Yeah, lucky that perhaps wasn't a 50-metre... That's a nice kick into space, but Keys trying to take that on his chest, invited Madden in. Nice kick around the corner there from Fogarty. Robinson getting back, trying to take the mark, and there is a free kick.
Trying to protect Mitch Robinson coming back with the flight of the ball.
Rory Laird says he's an aerobic beast. He spent time on a wing and in the ruck during match practice. Starting up forward today. Kicked 5 goals on debut against the Hawks in round 6 last year. Off the half back line. Right off the boot by Davis, just shrugged off McCarthy. Bailey tried to go off the deck, shrug of the hips and the hands there from, what a clever kick. McCarthy into Bailey, the cute kick around. So far, Charlie Cameron, 55 goals, 33. What an end to the season he had last year, averaging almost 4 goals a game in his last 5, including the finals. And he gets his account open this morning at Metricon Stadium. Charlie Cameron gets his first goal.
Also, a former
back and gets it. Weaves through traffic past Sam Berry. Now to Jared Berry, who slams it in towards the forward line. Fresh out, it was Murray. Good body work there from Charlie Cameron. And he's kicked 2 goals in a row.
Yeah, it's that one.
Back and gets it. Weaves through traffic past Sam Berry. Now to Jared Berry, who slams it in towards the forward line. Fresh out, it was Murray. Good body work there from Charlie Cameron. And he's kicked 2 goals in a row.
Yeah, it's that one.
Good kick out wide, finds Bailey. Bailey into the pocket. Neal kept running, and it's a clever kick into space there from Zach Bailey. Lachie Neale thinks about the pass, might settle himself down now. Now he's still looking for the pass.
Someone come at him. Charlie's just pretending he's not interested, and here he comes.
Reluctant shot on goal from Lachie.
Metres out. It's ambitious.
He's a classy player. Oh, look at that. Bend it like Lachie. And he bends that through for a goal. The most reluctant goal kicker ever. He looked for an eternity to pass that off. And he snaps one for him. Great pick up there from the Brownlow medalist Lachie Neale. Snap around the corner. It's going to bounce over a few heads. Will come out towards McStay through his legs. Crows now with numbers. Jones going to get a free handball. No. Answorth picks up the loose footy. Shot on goal. And welcome back Noah Answorth. Another goal kicker from the Brisbane Lions. And look at them get around him. Obviously, great pick up there from the Brownlow medalist Lachie Neale. Snap around the corner. It's going to bounce over a few heads. Will come out towards McStay through his legs. Crows now with numbers. Jones going to get a free handball. No. Answorth picks up the loose footy. Shot on goal. And welcome back Noah Answorth. Another goal kicker from the Brisbane Lions. And look at them get around him. Obviously through. Strawn tried to hack that out of midair. Oh, great smother and the one round and kicks it towards the boundary. Well done there from Lyons. Slung to the ground, but got the handball free. Oh, Joe Danaher going back through the traffic. Round and kicks it towards the boundary. Well done there from Lyons. Slung to the ground, but got the handball free. Oh, Joe Danaher going back through the traffic early. Missed all of last season with groin issues. And here is a Bailey and a good mark there from Danaher. Did he edge out Murray? Umpire said it was legal, and Joe Danaher gets the first shot. He's setting up for the snap. 46 goals, 32 last season. His first shot of the morning.
Just snuck it through.
And no real celebration. But
too early. I think it's too early for celebrations, mate. That'll probably come in the second half when everyone wakes up.
First touch of the morning. Wants to advance that ball with a short pass. Has to be precise. McCarthy got a hand to it. Jones swoops on the loose footy. Out to Berry. Through hands Schoenberg. Now to Keys. Slapped away a hand and sends that into attack. He's got a one-on-one. Getting back, taking a nice mark. Thilthorpe on Darcy Fort. Not sure how he ended up there, but there is the first goal of the morning. To the hands free, and the Lions will take the advantage. And they go up towards centre half forward. Berry can turn, have a ping at the goals. And here, that is a beautiful kick from Jared Berry, and the Lions get the immediate answer.
Yeah, great.
Thilthorpe got hands to it as led front and centre. Good handball to James Rowe. Will he have a shot to square it back? It's a good shot off the left. What a goal there from James Rowe. Evens things up here at Metricon Stadium at 2-1, 13 apiece, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah.
Thilthorpe got hands to it as led front and centre. Good handball to James Rowe. Will he have a shot to square it back? It's a good shot off the left. What a goal there from James Rowe. Evens things up here at Metricon Stadium at 2-1, 13 apiece, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah.
Chris Adams through the centre circle, and that's a really good kick. And the Lions get...
What about the carry on?
Yeah, lucky.
Cockatoo?
Yeah, lucky that perhaps wasn't a 50-metre... That's a nice kick into space, but Keys trying to take that on his chest, invited Madden in. Nice kick around the corner there from Fogarty. Robinson getting back, trying to take the mark, and there is a free kick.
Trying to protect Mitch Robinson coming back with the flight of the ball.
Rory Laird says he's an aerobic beast. He spent time on a wing and in the ruck during match practice. Starting up forward today. Kicked 5 goals on debut against the Hawks in round 6 last year. Off the half back line. Right off the boot by Davis, just shrugged off McCarthy. Bailey tried to go off the deck, shrug of the hips and the hands there from... Oh, what a clever kick. McCarthy into Bailey. The cute kick around. So far, Charlie Cameron, 55 goals, 33. What an end to the season he had last year, averaging almost 4 goals a game in his last 5, including the finals. And he gets his account open this morning at Metricon Stadium. Charlie Cameron gets his first goal.
Also, a former...
Back and gets it. Weaves through traffic past Sam Berry. Now to Jared Berry, who slams it in towards the forward line. Fresh out, it was Murray. Good body work there from Charlie Cameron. And he's kicked 2 goals in a row.
Yeah, it's that one.
Back and gets it. Weaves through traffic past Sam Berry. Now to Jared Berry, who slams it in towards the forward line. Fresh out, it was Murray. Good body work there from Charlie Cameron. And he's kicked 2 goals in a row.
Yeah, it's that one.
Good kick out wide, finds Bailey. Bailey into the pocket. Neal kept running, and it's a clever kick into space there from Zach Bailey. Lachie Neale thinks about the pass, might settle himself down now. Now he's still looking for the pass.
Someone come at him. Charlie's just pretending he's not interested, and here he comes.
Reluctant shot on goal from Lachie.
Metres out. It's ambitious.
He's a classy player. Oh, look at that. Bend it like Lachie. And he bends that through for a goal. The most reluctant goal kicker ever. He looked for an eternity to pass that off. And he snaps one for him. Great pick up there from the Brownlow medalist Lachie Neale. Snap around the corner. It's going to bounce over a few heads. Will come out towards McStay through his legs. Crows now with numbers. Jones going to get a free handball. No. Answorth picks up the loose footy. Shot on goal. And welcome back Noah Answorth. Another goal kicker from the Brisbane Lions. And look at them get around him. Obviously, great pick up there from the Brownlow medalist Lachie Neale. Snap around the corner. It's going to bounce over a few heads. Will come out towards McStay through his legs. Crows now with numbers. Jones going to get a free handball. No. Answorth picks up the loose footy. Shot on goal. And welcome back Noah Answorth. Another goal kicker from the Brisbane Lions. And look at them get around him. Obviously through. Strawn tried to hack that out of midair. Oh, great smother and the one round and kicks it towards the boundary. Well done there from Lyons. Slung to the ground, but got the handball free. Oh, Joe Danaher going back through the traffic. Round and kicks it towards the boundary. Well done there from Lyons. Slung to the ground, but got the handball free. Oh, Joe Danaher going back through the traffic. The red one.
Yep.
And when you're ready.
Cool. Welcome back to Metricon Stadium. First half in the books. Competitive first quarter, but the Lions put the foot down in that second term, led by 8 points at quarter time. Then they booted 6-1 in that second term, and their lead now is at 38 points. Welcome to KO Freebies. If you're just joining us, this is the first of our double header this afternoon at this ground on a wet day across southeast Queensland, and it's followed us from Brisbane down to the Gold Coast. And after this, we've got the Suns and the Power. The Suns and the Lions played a reserves game on the other oval here earlier this morning. Brett Thomas and Daniel Merritt with you today, and Source, what you make of that first half? Where can Adelaide make some improvements, do you think?
Yeah, I think in the first quarter what they did really well was that linking by hands coming out of the back half and then using those long kicks into their forward line to put the Brisbane Lions defence under pressure. I think as the game wore on, and obviously a bit of fatigue came into it, and maybe it got a little bit more slippery out there, that handballing definitely dropped away. I think they just need to get back to their game plan of that. I think they just keep going at it. Obviously, it's still a trial game, so you want to try and get your structures right, but it's just a good experience for these young Crows players to come up against a pretty quality opposition in the Brisbane Lions, who, if you look at them over the park, there aren't too many holes in this team.
In terms of the comeback players, Matt Crouch starting this second half from the bench. For the Lions, Cam Rayner is in the centre square for this first bounce of the third term. Noah Answorth kicked a really classy goal, his first since 2019 in all competitions. Obviously, this is a practice game here today. Community Series next week. The Power, the Crows have got the Power, the Lions have got the Bulldogs. Just 2 games to get ready for the new season. We're back in the middle. And here is Rory Laird, one of their experienced players that could give them a lift in this second term. And the Crows will get a shallow entry as McAdam flew early. In fact, he may have got a nudge, according to the umpire.
Yeah, massive push there
from Darcy Gardner.
But great centre clearance there by Rory Laird. And he's had a great day, actually. Got plenty of it. And get that deep entries or forward line entries puts the Brisbane Lions defence under pressure.
So McAdam settles himself for this set shot. His first of the afternoon, right on the 50. Gets underneath that. Has it got the legs? It does. Great leg from McAdam. Quiet first half, but that might spark them in this third term.
Yeah, great start there by the Crows. Great centre clearance. And then, little free kick, but great finish there. Outside 50, he ended up kicking that
McAdam
from.
Settles him.
I think early in the season, when the legs are strong from pre-season, I reckon you just kick it a little bit further. And, great kick there from outside 50 from McAdam.
28 games, 25 goals. Of course, the nephew of Gilbert, Adrian and Greg. And he gets his morning going. So first score on the board from the Crows will give them a bit of a lift.
It's still his morning, isn't it?
I know, I keep wanting to say afternoon, just not used to this. Feels like a junior match, doesn't it? As O'Brien tries to go off the deck. Laird getting involved again. Keys still in the centre square. McHenry strong in the tackle. Just trying to get it forward at any cost. Territory is a premium today. Here is Daniel Rich under pressure. Coming out wide to the opposite wing. Cameron. And now Scholl waits for that to bounce. Cockatoo closing the gap. Off to Rory Laird. Another touch. Clever handball. Schoenberg turns, looks up. Great composure. And the juggled mark taken by Josh Rochelle.
Yeah, got their handball game going again there, Brett. And it showed that they're just been able to pick their way through the Brisbane Lions defence there. And, I think we're all excited by this youngster. And let's hope he can finish here.
From the Shepparton Swans, let's see what his finishing is like in front of goal. He's been compared to Toby Green, the match winner from the Giants. And he has kicked it through. And the Crows get back-to-back goals to start this third quarter. And look at the Crows coming from all corners of Metricon Stadium to get over and give him a little rub on the head.
Yeah, always nice. I know it's only a trial game, but always nice to kick your first goal with the jumper on at the club. And a lot of raps on this kid, but today I think everyone at home and at the ground today be pretty impressed with the number 8, Rochelle from the Adelaide Crows.
Just such a smart build-up play. Laird, the peripheral vision from he and Schoenberg ends up with Josh Rochelle, and it's a promising start from Adelaide. This is what you said, Dan, that they needed to come out with a little bit of a different intensity in this third quarter, and they've answered the call. Yeah,
and I think get that enthusiasm going, that youthful enthusiasm, and it's definitely helped them this start of the quarter.
O'Brien moves around just to take away the leap of McInerney. Is it Neal off the boot? Clever kick. Improvising there from Lockie Neal. The man in front, Charlie Cameron, takes the mark and turns his back on the goal. Will line up to get the answer for the Brisbane Lions.
Yeah, we always say to young players, play in front, and that's the reason why. So you can be the first to move and anticipate that quick kick coming forward.
So Cameron kicked 2 quick goals in a row in the second term. Wanders inside the 50, and he slotted it. Great goal kicking from both sides in this third term on a wet afternoon. Maybe the ground and the ball's just dried up a bit there, Sauce.
Maybe. There is a bit of wind around, so it might have just blown a bit of that moisture off the deck, but easy as you do it there by Charlie, and he's been kicking him pretty straight today. Kicking him pretty well. It looks like he's nice fluid movement coming into kick there, but just shows as the forward playing in front, anticipating. The defender's always got to react, and just a great finish there by Charlie.
And the read there from Lockie Neal coming out of the middle, working with McInerney and Neal on Laird, and they've both won their fair share of centre clearances in this start of this third quarter.
Yeah, and I think particularly in these conditions, it just shows not to mess around with it. Just get it forward, get it on the boot, get territory, and give your forwards a chance.
So 32-point lead, Lions way. Ball doesn't look like it's going to leave the centre circle, and we'll get another stoppage, and the wingers, the half-forwards, all push into this contest. Darcy Wilmot's just floating if it comes out the back, but goes a bit further than that. Ball in dispute, centre half forward. Clever handball there, Lions and Rich, and Brisbane is away, and he thumps that towards centre half forward. Fort charging out, big fist came from behind. Coming through was Charlie Cameron, weaving through traffic. McCarthy short handball to Fort. Fort shrug of the big hips. He goes towards the goal square. McStay waiting for it. Good defensive effort there as Saligo gets it out looking for Pedler. Copped a hand on the way through. Bailey wanting the free kick, went to ground. Rochelli's kicked a goal in this term. Saligo coming through. Did well just to manufacture a handball. Slippery footy, and the umpires picked out a free kick for holding.
Darcy Wilmot.
And it will go to Schoenberg. I think he had the hand pointing in the wrong direction to begin with. Looking for the switch of play to centre half back. Great. Poor kick. Turnover. Can the Lions make them pay?
Very clever there by Lockie Neal as he got tired, getting tackled, just falling forward there, getting the free kick.
And just dumped in the tackle by Hinge. Got it off to Answorth. Slipped off the front of his shoe, but to McCarthy. The bit of poise coming through traffic, turns, kicks on the left. What a highlight play there from McCarthy. And McStay will have a shot on goal.
He makes it look easy, doesn't he, Link? These slippery conditions making him look very dry there, and he just bounces around on top of the ground.
So Dan McStay, 28 goals, 10 last season. Missed the first few rounds with a knee injury, and career high 3 tackles a game for a key forward was a good effort. And as he measured that through on the left, he has.
No celebration, just straight through the middle.
Seen some superb goal kicking in this third term, and that's his first goal of the afternoon.
Plays a very important role, Dan McStay. I think it showed when he missed those first few games. Brisbane were in a bit of trouble. He came back into the team. When Joe Danaher, Dan McStay and Eric Hipwood played, I think the Brisbane Lions won 10 of those 11 games. So the three-pronged attack, very important for the Brisbane Lions structure.
And they're going with Darcy, Fort and McInerney today, so one of them can spend time forward. So he keeps with that same structure, Chris Fagan?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's a great luxury they have getting Darcy Fort on board, where you can put him in a fair time in the ruck and let the big O just have a rest up forward.
We saw Jack Payne not playing today, but normally a key defender. He was used in a forward in that final against the Bulldogs, and Tommy Fullerton spent some time as another option in attack as well. Ford in the middle, the Lions get the clearance, and here is Lincoln McCarthy calling for players to lead to the open pocket. Oh, it's a good kick, and it carries all the way to Dan McStay, who says, thank you very much, Lincoln McCarthy. He'll line up for his second goal of the quarter.
Yeah, tough kick for a defender, that one. He just had so much penetration on it, and just floated over the top, and well read by Dan McStay.
Setting up for the snap, no real angle, and kept that pretty low, barely a half step out. And does sneak it in for his second goal of the term. So the Crows kicked the first 2, and the Lions have responded with 3 in a row, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah, it's so uncool to just kick a drop punt these days, isn't it? You got to kick it around the corner. But I think those left foot is on that angle. It is actually a tough angle when you're in close, but great finish there by Dan McStay and well read. And Link McCarthy, look at him bouncing around. Hey, no wonder he's my favourite player. Have a look at him directing traffic and then getting it over the back. So, well done. Great finish there by McStay. And after a good start by the Crows, the Lions are just kicked ahead again.
Yeah, they've got such a well-balanced forward line with Danaher, McStay, Hipwood when he's fit, and the small forwards, Cameron and McCarthy, and then Zach Bailey can kick goals, as we know. So the Lions really on top, and they get a free kick out of the middle as Robinson drives them towards half forward. McCarthy got hands to it.
Just Darcy Fort just crumbing there. Oh, he's back at it.
Here's McCarthy now to Answorth. Kicked a running goal in the second term. This off a snap, and Joe Danaher, did he mark it in the field of play? Or Rayner, I should say.
Oh, they've taken it off him. I was just frightened, Joe Danaher running back with the flight of the ball then. But great grab there and great confidence builder for Cam Rayner. Unfortunately, the umpire didn't read the play there, and just give it to Cam. Give him a bit of confidence.
Crows coming out of defence over the head of O'Brien and Fogarty. And
that was
a little
couple of ruckmen just dancing with each other. falling over each other's feet.
Goes to Darcy Fort. Starcevic has just come on. He's going to get this.
Or
He's got a handball or really short pass over the top to McCluggage near the boundary. And, geez, there's another 50.
Yeah, Crouch, he missed all last year, and he's missed the standing on the mark rule, obviously, and he can't believe it. But, yeah, once they call that mark, you have to stand like a statue. So, very stiff. Very stiff.
So Brandon Starcevic was in the 40-man 22 under-22 squad and become a real elite small defender, very rarely beaten. Good long kick at the footy as well.
Very
Directly
reliable.
in front of goal. Pops that through.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Brett. Probably got drafted as a midfielder out of WA, but has become this tough, reliable defender and an absolute crucial cog of the Brisbane Lions defensive wheel, where playing alongside Harris Andrews, Darcy Gardner, Dan Rich, Marcus Adams, really, really crucial player for the Brisbane Lions.
And this is what the Lions are able to do, is to score quickly, isn't it? All of a sudden, the blink of an eye, they've scored 4 goals in a row.
I know.
Albeit with the aid of a free kick and a 50-metre penalty.
And I was just thinking, how did Starcevic end up forward there as a defender? But as you said, he just come off the bench, snuck forward, and lucky to get away with one.
So can the Crows respond? Umpire opts to bounce it. And another free kick the Brisbane Lions way. And they're not going to waste any time. Mitch Robinson got the handball, then sends it into attack, and Joe Danaher has got himself a free kick. So 2 free kicks in a row, ends up with a shot on goal.
Yeah, frustrating for the coaching staff of
that
the
was,
Adelaide Crows, where just multiple free kicks there. I think maybe it's the bigger bodies of the Brisbane Lions just causing a few headaches.
Yeah, Nick Murray just worried about the size there of Joe Danaher and just went to ground. Perhaps a little bit awkward, just the weight of both players. He ended up in his back. So Joe Danaher with the set shot. Has he employed the techniques of the breathing coach they've got there? I reckon he has, because he has slammed that through for a goal.
Lovely kick, Joe. Hit that very sweetly.
So he didn't kick a goal in the second term, kicked the first goal of the morning. Now gets on the board in the third quarter. 5 goals now in a row for the Brisbane Lions, and they kick away even more.
Yeah, it just shows out of that centre clearance, quick handball to Mitch Robinson, putting it in deep, putting the Adelaide defenders under the pump, and again they cause a free kick while they put him under pressure. So it just shows in these sort of conditions, getting in there quick and putting him under pressure. And a good crowd here today, mate. Yeah,
well, considering it's a Friday morning game, all the rain we've had, the traffic on the M1 coming down the highway.
Tell you what, I wouldn't have came down, but great work by the Brisbane Lions fans.
And then we've got the Suns and the Power after this. Brett Thomas, Daniel Merritt with you on KO Freebies. How many free kicks in a row now to the Brisbane Lions? Here is Zach Bailey. Sends them into attack again. Just through the fingertips there of Joe Danaher. Murray couldn't pick it up. Cockatoo barely got a foot to it. Just a kick out of danger now. Saligo, Wilmot, the 2 first-year players. Big spoil from Wilmot. Here is Bailey. Man in front. Cockatoo couldn't take the mark, but he's earned himself, you guessed it, another free kick. And will the advantage have been paid, or will it come back to Cockatoo? Advantage has been paid, and Joe Danaher will line up for goal again.
Geez, that umpire's whistle's getting an absolute working out this last 5 minutes. I think maybe the Crows players just getting a little bit tired. Being second to the footy always results in a few free kicks happening, and Brisbane really getting on top now.
So Big Joe didn't have a game that he absolutely tore apart, but was good for at least 1 or 2 goals a game last season, and obviously just a big beacon in attack that they can aim for, and he swings that through on the left, from left to right. He gets 2 in a row.
I don't think that footy spun then, just floated through, but great finish by Joe. And like you said, last season, didn't kick a massive bag, but I think he might have been the only player, if not only a couple of players, that kicked a goal in every game last season. So super reliable, and I think that's why it showed the Brisbane Lions had extended his contract, because they were so impressed with how he came into the team last year. He's had a big pre-season, and I think everyone's very hopeful that Big Joe can light up the Gabba this year.
Yeah, you'd expect him to get even better with the year under his belt. 24 games, including the finals last year, when I think he'd played about 11 games in 3 years with the Bombers. So big year coming up for Joe Danaher, especially with Hipwood out in the early rounds. Good bounce from the ump. McCluggage couldn't pick it up cleanly. The Crows get a clearance. And if they finally... No, they have not got themselves a free kick. It will go the way of Marcus Adams, the former Bulldog, who was a valuable member coming back into the side last year. Sends that out wide to Harris Andrews. They've got so much depth in a lot of areas. We mentioned Jack Payne as another key defender that they can call upon. They get it to Daniel Rich now. Yeah,
and even a wily old veteran, Ryan Lester, was playing in the VFL today. They can come back into the team.
No Kadeen Coleman, Dane Zorko for the Crows. No Sloan or Walker or Miller. On the wing we go. Laird farms it back to Strawn. The big ruckman slaps it on his boot up towards half forward. Crashing the pack was Riley O'Brien. Rich and Rowe, and Daniel Rich will slide that ball over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Brisbane still not to use a few of their bench players down there, as we got Harry Sharp and who else did we have down there?
Archie,
and I think there was one more.
Maybe Jackson Pryor. Here is Robinson. Clever fist forward. Rayner measured the handball out wide to Bailey. He was under pressure, tried to get it back to Rayner. Rayner taken to ground by Davis, just held on for a little bit too long.
Geez, I'm glad we can't find the stats, mate, because the free kick count would be very lopsided.
Rayner goes back to Gardner. They're going to look for a switch of play here.
Jimmy Madden. He's quick, Jimmy. Look at him take off.
As Irishmen love to do, takes off on half-back, gives it off to Marcus Adams. They go straight up the middle of the lines. McCarthy coming across. The umpire said 2 hands in the back. Play on. And here is Cameron. He could play on if he wants to. He can go into the goal square now. He saw Joe Danaher really late. And a big fist there from Mitch
Joe's
Hinge.
Response. Across the arms, oh no.
He wanted another one. His eyes were lighting up. He was in the goal square all on his own, which is hard to do when you're 6'5" or whatever he is.
It'd be
7 or 8.
He'd be 6'8". Nah, 6'7".
So the former Giant, Jackson Haitley, up towards the wing. There's Gardner coming through the legs of Rayner.
Here you go.
And here is Rory Laird. Held off the handball, then got it to Rochelle. Rochelle goes via foot. Players running back towards goal. O'Brien couldn't quite take the mark. Coming through, Taylor trying to tackle Harris Andrews, but now the Lions are out of danger. Up to the wing, Nakia Cockatoo has teammates screaming for the ball. He's got, I think that's Answorth breaking towards half forward. Sorry, McCarthy. McCarthy, the pressure there on McPherson. Handball into space. McCluggage, good tackle there from Pedler, but to McCluggage, handballed into space. Now Chase Jones picking up the loose footy. Rochelle's come from half forward. Good running from the first year player. Put his teammate under pressure, though, in Davis. Handball's goal side. Butts coming through. Has to be clean. Rochelle's now just going to kick. But McCluggage has his name on that. It was an awkward spinning ball, though. There's now Bailey. Starcevic, Danaher, in towards McCluggage. Into the forward pocket. Davis spinning and handballing to Keys, who looks and sees McCluggage, runs away from him, goes up towards the wing. O'Brien, Harris wrestling. Harris Andrews got the handball to it. Now McAdam. McHenry turns. Handball. Schoenberg knew he was going to be tackled straight away, so just forced the tap, and there is Starcevic. Strong effort as Scholl coming in, flirting with the boundary line. Davis got a hand to it, and a boundary throw-in is the result.
Young Darcy just set Starcevic up there, but geez, you can just see the stronger bodies of the Brisbane Lions really starting to show through now, where Starcevic was able to stand up in that tackle and get the ball going his way.
McInerney, 2 ruckman overrun it. Bailey. Laird.
It's been good today, Laird.
Squeezes a kick to a 1-on-1 at Stillthorpe and Harris Andrews. Coming through Rowe. Oh, that should be holding the man, and it is. Stillthorpe's going to run on, so too McAdam. If Rowe can get up and get this ball moving quickly. Rich filling the space as the extra man in defence, and he might be called into action. No, he's going to watch this go up towards the forward line. McAdam couldn't take the mark. Keys on the left, but the Lions with numbers as Gardner handballs it to Daniel Rich.
Ball's bouncing around now. A little bit of movement up and down the field.
Oh, what a kick there from Cockatoo. Hits up McCluggage. Kick towards centre half forward, and look at this. Noah Answorth can turn, can line up the goals, and he's kicked 2 in a row. Noah Answorth kicking a goal for the Brisbane Lions, going coast to coast there, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah, unbelievable. It started off with Cockatoo's kick there in the middle of the ground to find Huey McCluggage. Just absolutely cut up the Adelaide defence, and you got to be brave with the footy. And as you see the build-up, yeah, Cockatoo, unbelievable kick, great skills, and then don't know how Noah found himself there. He playing off a wing, was in the side 50 all on his own, and good to see him back out there. And as it shows, another good depth player for the Brisbane Lions is making a really big impact, and putting his hand up for that round 1.
So 7 goals now in this term for the Brisbane Lions, and the Crows actually kicked the first 2 goals of this quarter, and since then Brisbane has put their foot down and kicking away. Fort and O'Brien, Schoenberg with 2 lines around him. Good class there from Crouch, and now they go forward, out wide, into the path of McAdam. Handballs over the top looking for McHenry.
Good spoil there for Darcy. Wilmot. I think Brisbane Lions fans will be happy with his contribution today. Looks very composed out there, and looks like he fits in really well.
Yeah, we spoke about the depth, and half back with Grant Birchall retiring. We've got Answorth and Wilmot. Zorko will spend some time there, so a lot of players putting their hand up for that role. James Madden, who we called before, there's an aggressive dumping tackle, and Schoenberg will take the advantage. Swings it towards the goal square, looking for Thilthorpe. Can Rochelle keep it in? No. Boundary umpire was on the spot.
How many spoils do you reckon Harris Andrews? I reckon he's had about 12 today. He's just one of those days that, as a defender, just keep things simple and get the fist to it.
And led the AFL in that stat last season. Most marks in the game as well. Boundary throw in left forward pocket. What can the Crows create here? As Thilthorpe takes it out of the ruck and drifting out for another boundary throw in, so they get another stoppage if they can try and trap it in here as we go late into this third term. 2 goals straight they've kicked in this quarter, the Adelaide Crows, trailed by 8 points quarter time, 38 at half time. Just a kick out of the
Bailey.
Congestion there from Jared Berry. Zach Bailey takes the mark. And Rayner, the short option, did that well. Just made Murray think about where he wanted to go with Answorth over the back. He's going to go back now, and they'll try and switch the play. Here is Marcus Adams, short into Gardner. Rich will run hard now out towards the opposite back flank. But the Crows have done well to close off most of the options on that far side of the ground. So they come back out to the broadcast side to Rayner. And flying from behind is McStay. Butts the man in front. Murray charging through.
Yeah, good play.
Well done there from Nick Murray. And he goes with a spiralling, tumbling ball towards the goal square. Thilthorpe, clever tap back in as he got any teammates there in support. Coming through now, Rochelle, tackled by Madden. That ball goes out of bounds in that forward pocket.
Great work there by Murray. Just keeping things simple, keeping the ball in front of him, pushing the ball forward and getting it deep inside 50.
Was a pre-season pickup last year, managed 10 games from the Wangaratta Rovers. Boundary throw-in. Had a few of these now as O'Brien, Ford coming through. The tackle there from Darcy Wilmot, the chicken wing tackle on McHenry.
He's had a couple of them now. Darcy, just got to be careful.
Fort, goal side, picks it up, got it to Wilmot. Turned and handballed over towards Rayner. to Crouch. Traps that ball in front of him. Handball to Keys. Swings that back towards the goal. I'm not sure he meant it, but Mitch Robinson saving the day.
Jeez.
Just got a hand to it.
Good to see Keezy out there. Former Brisbane Lions player and doing really, really well with the Adelaide Crows.
Believes it was his voice and his work ethic that got him a spot in the leadership group this season. Their skipper Rory Sloane not playing today. Miller and Taylor Walker, two other players not in the side. The Lions have certainly had to rub the green in terms of the free kicks.
If I was Adelaide Crows coaching staff, I'd be wondering what they did wrong.
So Mitch Hinge, another former Lion that went against him. McStay up towards Rayner, getting a few touches in this quarter. Call to play on Saligo, the tackler. Hinge. Now to Schoenberg.
It's been good today.
Kick in the middle. Finds Stillthorpe. So who's at home? It's McAdam calling for it long. He's got two Lions around him. Harris Andrews get back. McAdam flies from behind. Creates a contest.
Oh. Great crumb.
Just missing there from Pedler.
Even on 2-on-1, it was a great contest from McAdam against a 2-on-1, and then, unlucky not to get a score there.
So 67 points is the lead Brisbane's way. Getting close to three-quarter time. Gardner up towards the wing. Carries over towards McStay.
Oh.
McStay will swing it towards right half forward near the boundary. McInerney, I think he already had a foot over the line before he kicked that out on the full.
The big guy, just showing his tricks.
Long way between hand and foot for Big Oscar.
There is. It is a long way down. Just Bocky, the boundary umpire, with his hat on, again throwing it in.
He's been a favourite of yours today. That just holds up in the breeze. And here is Lockie Neal. Going towards the boundary, swinging that back. Oh!
Wow.
Just to behind. That was kind of Gary Ablett-like, that shot. Just running away from the goals and almost went through. He's already kicked a cracker in this game.
I like the way he's moving, Lockie Neal. He's had a good pre-season and looks like he's moving really well.
And another player who missed significant number of games last year through injury and was probably never 100% fit.
Nah, he had a shocking year last year. No continuity about it. And so hopefully after a big pre-season, Lockie Neal gets some consistency in his games.
So three-quarter time, the Crows started that quarter. They got off to a bright start with 2 goals in a row. And then the Lions maybe just sensing it was their time to lift. That called them into action, and it ended up being a 7-goal third term for the Brisbane Lions. They lead 16-9, 105 to the Crows 5-7-37. So 3 quarters done here at Metricon Stadium. The Lions looking pretty strong at the moment, but some good signs from some of the Crows' younger players. Josh Rochelle has looked good. The return of Matt Crouch today's got involved. Rory Laird, as you'd expect, and Thilthorpe's had a tough afternoon battling with Harris Andrews as well. Nick Murray's had some moments on Joe Danaher. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the fourth quarter, and a quarter to come in this first of 2 games here. Live and free on KO Freebies. After this, it is the Suns and Power. Three-quarter time, it's the Lions leading 16-9, 105. The Crows 5-7-37.
Pressure.
So McAdam settles himself for this set shot. His first of the afternoon. Right on the 50. Gets underneath that. Has it got the legs? It does. Great leg from McAdam. Quiet first half. So McAdam settles himself for this set shot. His first of the afternoon. Right on the 50. Gets underneath that. Has it got the legs? It does. Great leg from McAdam. Quiet first half. So McAdam settles himself for this set shot. His first of the afternoon. Right on the 50. Gets underneath that. Has it got the legs? It does. Great leg from McAdam. Quiet first half. And now Scholl waits for that to bounce. Cockatoo closing the gap. Off to Rory Laird, another touch. Clever handball. Schoenberg turns, looks up. Great composure. And the juggled mark taken by Josh Rochelle. He's like in front of goal. He's been compared to Toby Green, the match winner from the Giants. And he has kicked it through. And the Crows get back-to-back goals to start this third quarter. And Look at the Crows coming from all corners of Metricon Stadium. He's like in front of goal. He's been compared to Toby Green, the match winner from the Giants, and he has kicked it through. And the Crows get back-to-back goals to start this third quarter, and look at the Crows coming from all corners of Metricon Stadium. O'Brien moves around just to take away the leap of McInerney. Is it Neal off the boot? Clever kick. Improvising there from Lockie Neal, the man. So Cameron kicked 2 quick goals in a row in the second term. Wanders inside the 50, and he slotted it. Great goal kicking from both sides in this third term on a wet afternoon, maybe. So Cameron kicked 2 quick goals in a row in the second term. Wanders inside the 50, and he slotted it. Great goal kicking from both sides in this third term on a wet afternoon, maybe.
Free kick.
And just dumped in the tackle by Hinge. Got it off to Answorth. Slipped off the front of his shoe, but to McCarthy. The bit of poise coming through traffic, turns, kicks on the left. What a highlight play there from McCarthy. Career high 3 tackles a game for a key forward was a good effort. And as he measured that through on the left, he has.
No celebration, just straight through the middle.
Seen some support in that final against the Bulldogs, and Tommy Fullerton spent some time as another option in attack as well. Ford in the middle, the Lions get the clearance, and here is Lincoln McCarthy calling for players to lead to the open pocket. Oh, it's a good kick, and it carries all the way to Dan McStay.
Well read by Dan McStay.
Setting up for the snap, no real angle, and kept that pretty low, barely a half step out. And does sneak it in for his second goal of the term. So the Crows kick the first. Handballs it to Daniel Rich.
Ball's bouncing around now. A little bit of movement up and down the field.
Oh, what a kick there from Cockatoo. Hits up McCluggage. Kick towards centre half forward. And look at this. Noah Answorth can turn, can line up the goals. And he's kicked 2 in a row. Noah Answorth retiring. We've got Answorth and Wilmot. Zorko will spend some time there. So a lot of players putting their hand up for that role. James Madden, who we called before. There's an aggressive breeze. And here is Lockie Neal going towards the boundary, swinging that back. Oh!
Wow.
Just to behind. That was a kind of Gary Ablett-like, that shot, just running away from the breeze. And here is Lockie Neal going towards the boundary, swinging that back. Oh!
Wow.
Just to behind. That was a kind of Gary Ablett-like, that shot, just running away from the goal. So McAdam settles himself for this set shot, his first of the afternoon, right on the 50, gets underneath that. Has it got the legs? It does. Great leg from McAdam. Quiet first half. So McAdam settles himself for this set shot, his first of the afternoon, right on the 50, gets underneath that. Has it got the legs? It does. Great leg from McAdam. Quiet first half. So McAdam settles himself for this set shot, his first of the afternoon, right on the 50, gets underneath that. Has it got the legs? It does. Great leg from McAdam. Quiet first half. And now Scholl waits for that to bounce. Cockatoo closing the gap. Off to Rory Laird, another touch. Clever handball. Schoenberg turns, looks up. Welcome back to Metricon Stadium. Final quarter coming your way on KO Freebies. The Lions with a 68-point lead, led by 8 at quarter time, 38 at half-time. Kicked 7 goals to 2 in that third quarter. Brett Thomas and Daniel Merritt with you this afternoon. And Dan, Chris Fagan letting one of his assistants take the reins today.
Yeah, I think always happens in pre-season. I suppose the coach likes to hear the players hear another voice, and Mark Stone looks like he's taking the reins today, and he'd be happy with how the result is at the moment. But that third quarter, the Crows started so well. I thought they were linking by hands really well. A couple of goals early, but then I think it was the free kick count in the end that really cost the Crows. And whether that's being second the footy or being undisciplined or just not getting the run of the grain, the Lions really got on top and kicked away.
So final quarter, can the Crows lift a little bit? They've got Matt Crouch starting on the bench as he did the third term. So Keys and Laird in the centre bounce. Riley O'Brien and Sam Berry close checking Lockie Neal. Here's Rory Laird, gets the first centre clearance of this final term. Out wide to right half forward. Starcevic takes the mark. Just came off the front of his shoe. Bailey now under pressure from Fogarty. It's going to be hard to break through his tackle. He doesn't, holding the ball. Fogarty's had a quiet afternoon. Opportunity to get involved in this last quarter, get a bit of confidence going with only two practice matches before the start of the season, as Marcus Adams earns himself a free kick. Stepped off the mark, now called to play on. Swings that back to a contest. Here's Murray and Danaher. Strong hands there from Danaher because Jordan Butts came in late. But standing up strong was Big Joe. He's kicked 3 goals, 2 in the third term. Charlie Cameron's kicked 3, McStay 2. The only multiple goal scorer for the Crows is Thilthorpe. Lions send it out wide. Harris Andrews just lumbering after the footy. Thilthorpe puts a bit of pressure on. Up the line he goes, and here is Archie. First time we've seen him this afternoon. And good kick, his first possession. Finds Charlie Cameron, the lively Cameron. Gardner calling for that short and parallel, but that is a great pass there from Charlie Cameron, hitting up Lockie Neal. From about 45 out, this set shot will come.
Yeah, and there was no one within 20 metres of him. You always wonder how they sneak forward, but I think when they transition the ball, sometimes, people just lose their opponents, and Lockie Neal on his own.
Kicked a beautiful snap from 45. That was a set shot in the second quarter. Wanders in now, and that's drifting to the left. Will it go through for a score? It's actually out of bounds. Big Oscar flying at the footy. Couldn't take the mark. What a character he is, Big O.
He is. Definitely a club favourite, Big O. And it's amazing a guy that tall
said he's
be so skillful.
Yeah, looking forward to combining with Darcy Fort this season. Reckons they can both fit in the same side. They certainly are today. Kick under pressure out of the Crows' defence. Did it touch a hand on the way through? No, it'll be out of bounds on the full, and there's no one in that pocket to go and get the footy. All the fans, they've just opened up the one bay on the second level, so Starcevic will have to jump over the fence and retrieve that footy himself.
Looks like Jackson Pryor's out there as well, so the first time we've seen him today. Daniel Rich not out there, probably having a rest for the veteran.
And maybe Cam Rayner as well. Haven't seen him out on the field as yet, so they might put him on ice in this fourth term with the game in the bag, and he's done enough. He's had a decent run. Here's Robinson's going to tee it up for someone to have a fly at the footy off hands, and the umpire has now plucked out a free kick. And
which way is he going to go? Who knows?
Well, it's McStay going back to take this, so he gets the free kick from that marking contest, and certainly in this second half. More often than not, when the umpire blows the whistle, Dan, it's been pointed in the Lions' direction.
I know, particularly today, and probably something very frustrating from the Adelaide Crows coaching staff would be the amount of free kicks that have gone against the Crows.
So from the point of the goal square, slams that through, and Dan McStay now has 3 goals this afternoon. The Lions kick away again. Charlie Cameron with 3. 3 to Joe Danaher, and for Adelaide, their goal kickers, Thilthorpe with 2. McAdam and Josh Rochelle kicked set shot goals in that third term.
I suppose it's up to the Adelaide Crows now. What can they get out of this last quarter? And I think it's all about effort, particularly those guys that are fighting for a place for round 1. With only 2 preseason games, they really need to impress. And, these are the times when you're up against it. How you dig in, how you keep competing will go a long way about cementing a spot.
I think they've used everyone they selected for this game. I think everyone's had a run on the ground, whereas the Lions kept Pryor, Sharp and Archie up their sleeve for this last term to rest some of their players. As the Crows get the clearance through Laird out wide. Oh, big aggressive tackle there from Darcy. Gardner has given away the free kick. McAdam might be a little bit sore after that, but gets back on the mark quickly. The Lions have got a heap of numbers inside their defensive 50. Adams sets himself, and O'Brien from behind.
Good contest there. Another boundary throw-in. There's been a few today. The Ruckman definitely earned their money.
So the Lions flooding numbers back. In the pocket. Handball comes out to Berry. Keys with his back to the goal. Handballs it to O'Brien. Rochelle. Good pressure there from Answorth coming through hinge, wanted the free kick. Whoa. Answorth to McCarthy. Ball still in dispute, but they go forward. Strong turn there from McCarthy. Outside of the right boot. Awkward ball there for Butts, but did well. Handball and a clever tap there from Davis. Now they're away through Luke Brown. Tries to get back onto his right boot. McAdam coming through, went without the footy. Gardner had the support there of Mitch Robinson. Tumbling ball up towards the point of the square. Strong work there from McStay. Play on advantage. They might be forced to bring it back. It's gone through for a point, and it will stay that way.
Good build-up. Here's the Crows with a bit of space.
Into Jordan Butts. He's a real Kyle Hartigan clone, isn't he? Same number, similar build, but he's been a good pickup for them. Rookie draft selection in 2018, 22 years of age as the Crows come up towards the wing. And they've got numbers now, but Pride did well. Taylor, Keys, turning onto his left foot, up towards half forward. Harris Andrews with a timely hand. Got the handball there from Marcus Adams. They've worked in tandem very well this morning on the Gold Coast. Here is Jared Lyons. Bit of a quieter second half. Pryor got a kick through under pressure. Man in front was McStay's had a good afternoon, kicked a goal in this term, and he hits up Lincoln McCarthy.
My man.
Daniel Merritt's favourite player.
Link McCarthy.
Why is he your favourite player? What do you like about Link?
I just love the way he goes. A bit of his story. I just love the way he goes about it, and he's a good fella as well. But I think today it's shown in these slippery conditions, he looks like he's got a dry footy out there. Very exciting player.
So the Lions' second goal of the term for his first.
Oh, he let me down.
Give him the big rap.
I did. Just leave it alone, you reckon? Just.
So ball back into play. O'Brien wasn't ready for that. Crouch back on the field.
Good to see Crouchy out there.
Oh, boy. Holding the ball.
That's very unlucky.
His McStay's got a few free kicks in this game. From outside the 50.
Catch that.
A few leaders come toward him. Handball to Berry. Now to Neal. He snapped one goal already. Open goal square, and it's just snuck through. Lachie Neale gets his second goal.
Classy. Very classy there from Lachie Neale, who's been very good today. Just gone about his business. And in these type of conditions that are a little bit slippery, he's another one that just makes that footy look dry. So, been a good start.
So the Lions have kicked 2-2 in this term. Crows are yet to score. 18-11, 119 to 5-7-37. As the Crows make some changes. McPherson and Schoenberg come back on. Schoenberg will go straight in for this centre bounce, and McPherson's taken a lot of the kick-ins today. Will make his way to the back line. Crouch in the middle. And Berry Schoenberg, as we mentioned. And for the Lions, Rayner's afternoon hasn't ended just yet. He's in for this centre bounce. McInerney got a hand to it. O'Reilly got a boot to it. Scholl takes the mark on the wing. Over the top to Crouch. Jones is out wide on his own. If he wants to go sideways, he's looking a little straighter than that. Goes to centre half forward. Chance for McAdam to come out, but numbers in front of him, including Archie. Schoenberg trying to get through traffic. Did get a boot to a good handball there from Berry. Rowe, quick hands to Scholl. Even quicker to Haitley. Snaps around the corner in the pocket. Aggressive work there from Madden. Takes the ball out of play. In fact, he's given away a free kick.
Oh.
So Pedler to take the free kick.
I think the way he's disposed of him there just kind of shows how the day's been for the Crows, where just the bigger bodies of the Brisbane Lions have dominated the day.
So he's going to line up the goals, and he'll go with the drop punt. Just comes in a half a metre. That's not going to make the distance towards the goal square. Harris Andrews, Marcus Adams. How about the dare there on the last line of defence? And McStay, strong mark. Good body work there from Dan McStay.
No one ahead of him.
Chip kick over the top to Darcy Fort.
It's been good today. Very serviceable.
Yeah, what have you made of his partnership with Oscar McInerney?
Yeah.
Can they play together?
I think so. I think it'll be interesting when Hippie comes back, Eric Hipwood, but in the meantime, I think that little combination definitely can work.
Rochelle swings that ball back to his big men. Thilthorpe, O'Brien don't get off the ground. Pryor just clears his defensive 50. McStay, Rochelle, good contest. Handball over the shoulder came from Berry. Now Bailey goes back into the path of three Crows players. They link up. Rochelle's eyes light up. A shot on goal from Josh Rochelle is all class from the young Crow.
Get excited, Adelaide Crows fans. How good was that? He's a smooth mover. And, yeah, he really got a hold of that kick too. That sailed through.
And that's why they drafted him with his defensive 6 and why he's been compared to the likes of a Toby Green, just with his power, his polish and his scoring ability. And he's kicked 2 goals in this second half. Again,
obviously the Crows have done a bit of work over the preseason with their hands in close there. It's been a bit of a feature of them today. And, yeah, he's kicked through that beautifully and never in doubt. So, Crows fans, get out there, start putting the number 8 on the back of your jersey, you young Crows fans, because you've got to start for the future right there.
And a good sign, both he and Saligo signing deals in the pre-season, extending to 2025. Can they string a couple of goals together? Here is Fort following up his ruck work. Inside the Lions 50, McPherson battling there with McCarthy, and McPherson went to ground, caught one high in the snoz, I think. Will take a free kick. Wants to play on, but the ball will be called back to take that over his mark.
It's always interesting getting re-signed as a young player. Those draftees before the season's even started, they've obviously impressed pre-season enough for the club to do that.
McPherson gets on the move, sends that towards the boundary. Fist there from Pryor and Fort, and that ball goes out of bounds.
I don't reckon I would have ever got re-signed. The way I used to run pre-seasons, at the back of the group, they would have thought, can we take some years off his contract? But anyway.
That would be a first, taking years off a contract. Over the back of the ruckman, McCluggage. Gang tackled by 2 Crows. Berry coming through. And that ball's gone about 20 metres forward and out of bounds. Centre wing out of side. 18-11, 119, 6-7, 43. Strong second half, especially from Brisbane. 8 points at quarter time, 36 at the half, and 68 at three-quarter time. Tap forward from Fort. Keys, now Crouch, looks up. Who's he got to kick to? Oh, Gardner getting back. Taking a comfortable mark to Madden, just bounced off his chest and then takes it.
He's quick, Jimmy Madden. He's real quick.
And he wants to get on his bike and force a player to run towards him in Thilthorpe, and got it to Andrews. That was beautifully done from James Madden. Now they're up to the wing via hand to Archie. Archie can play half back and half forward. Coming across was a good hand there from Murray. Now Hinge. Hinge was strong in the contest.
Yeah, he's been good today, Hinge. Definitely strong in the contest. Even that one where Big Joe tried to run through him, he stood his ground.
Hurt his shoulder, round 1 against the Cats last year and didn't play again. Centering ball into the middle. It might come off McPherson. Pryor in front of him. And now Rayner as the Lions get it back. McCarthy measures the handball to Berry into attack. Fly from behind. Murray couldn't take the mark. Butts out to Thilthorpe. And Zach Bailey's still on the ground.
Yeah, copped a knee.
Bit of a concern there for the Lions. Let's hope he's okay. Cockatoo. Laird juggling the ball. Keeps it in. Turns and handballs. Crouch gets moving. Now to Haitley. Looks up with his left foot to a contest. Madden did well. And forced him to tackle James Rowe, but just held on for too long. Crows will take the advantage. Now they'll have to come back, James Rowe, and take his kick.
Zach Bailey's back up now. Just would have copped a knee in the back, and he'll be sore tonight with a bit of a corky.
Yeah, last thing you want, fourth quarter of a practice match, is any sort of injury, as Rowe goes toward half forward, and free kick to Harris Andrews against Thilthorpe, was it?
It's hard to tell those ones.
There's a bunch of players around the foot. He goes into McCluggage. McCluggage wants the switch of play. Options have been closed off. It has Starcevic, but that would be a 60-metre sideways kick. Up to a contest. Jones hits the contest. Now Danaher over the top. Good handball to Cockatoo.
No one forward.
Who can have a bounce. He's just waiting for someone on the overlap. Instead, he kicks. McStay from behind. Ball comes out in his direction, but he's given away a free kick. Probably the first free kick he's given away today, McStay, because he's won about half a dozen.
He can't believe it either. Can't believe he's given away a free kick.
Good to see Crouch tracking back in defence and getting another touch. Get some miles into the legs.
Good body work there by Jackson Pryor. Fresh legs.
Takes the mark on Keys. Got it to Darcy Gardner. And Gardner sends the ball back from where it came. Just misses Marcus Adams, who's drifting forward. In fact, I thought he might have kept it in, but that ball went out of play, and we'll throw it in 50 around from the Lions' goal.
Yeah, and I just want to give a shout out to the boundary umpire today.
The one wearing a hat?
Bocky. He's actually a mate of mine, so I have been getting stuck into him, but he's a mate of mine.
And there's his boundary throw in. Riley got two hands to it. O'Brien, I should say, sorry.
Oh.
And kick there from Berry. A fluky goal from Jared Berry has gone through.
Well, you wouldn't know by that celebration there, Brett, but just out of the stoppage, just that long kick, skidded on through, and another good finish by the Lions, who now just stamping their authority. Big Joe was in the ruck, actually, and yeah, look, that's just a kick forward. That's, yeah, I reckon that's gone 70 metres. I think generally in pre-season, that first couple of games, the quaddies are strong, and I reckon you could get an extra 10 metres. I think in the back end of the season, you get a bit weary and they don't carry as far, but early on in the year, I don't know the science behind it, but I reckon the ball, you can kick a longer goal.
I think the wind's just picked up in the last couple of minutes as well. Helped it on its journey there. So he kicked a goal in the first term. Now he's got one to bookend his day. Jared Berry's had a nice morning and early afternoon against the Adelaide Crows. Back in the middle. Neil sliding over. Saligo up towards his fellow draftee. That's a great mark there from Rochelle. Just getting up, protecting the ball and taking the mark on his chest.
Yeah, against Starcevic, who's a quality defender.
Thought about the little handball off, but he'll settle himself down. He'll throw up the grass, Matthew Lloyd style.
Yeah, he's pulling out all the tricks.
So for goal number 3, Josh Rochelle, pointing to where the mark is. And winds up. Oh. That is a magnificent strike.
Wowee.
Great leg there from Josh Rochelle. Goal number 3, a clear standout for the Adelaide Crows today.
Watch out, Adelaide Crows fans. You've... Geez, he's impressed today. You've got to be really, really excited about what he can do this season and going forward. Well done to Adelaide Crows recruiting staff as well. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure when you get a top 10 pick, not to mess it up. But from all the signs, he looks the goods.
Geez, he's got some class and some poise, doesn't he, Josh Rochelle? 3 goals when they've only kicked 7 for the game. The Crows is a really good effort, and he's kicked both of their goals in this fourth term, and they're only scores of the quarter as well. And Strawn Fort just basically let him have that hit out to Lions. Berry sweating on him. Strawn goes in, and they turn around thinking it might be holding the ball, but we'll get another stoppage. Fort got his hand to it to Lions. Holding the man, free kick goes Brisbane's way, and they break for him. At all corners of Metricon Stadium, he goes with a long ball to Berry. Will it carry that way? It does. And 50. Is that a 50-metre penalty against Saligo? It is, because Neil was flashing past for the handball, so he just tried to stop that.
Yeah, stiff. We all knew what he was trying to do, trying to flick on the handball. He was trying to stop him. and unfortunately he's given away a 50-metre penalty on that one. Another free kick, but I'm sure these young Crows players will learn from today, just about being a little bit more disciplined. Because in the end, the amount of free kicks is made it hard work for him.
So Berry will pop through goal number 3, second of the term, kicks truly, and the Lions kick away again as we close in on full time here at Metricon Stadium. After this, we've got the Suns and the Power, and I reckon the Lions coaching staff will stick around because they've got Port Adelaide at home in round 1.
Great timing for the Brisbane Lions coaching staff to have Port up here and do a little study on them ahead of March 19 at the Gabba. If you do want to come to that game, I actually sell corporate boxes to that game. So sales at lions.com.au. Please log on and come to the game. We'd love to see you there.
And hang out with Daniel Merritt, Lions legend, 200 games, 70 goals. We've enjoyed his company this afternoon. KO freebies. We've got a community game, of course, to come before round 1. Lions have the Bulldogs next Friday night at Marvel, and the Crows have the Power Saturday day game at Richmond Oval. Umpire will let that bounce go. Slap forward by backhander there from Strawn as Archie up towards centre half forward. McPherson's tackled. Umpire closes in. We'll throw it up, 50 out, Lions way. 2011, 131, 7-7, 49. And the Lions have extended their lead in every quarter so far. Comes to Laird.
Young Harry Sharp out there now.
The schoolboy was in year 12 last year. McPherson up towards centre half forward. Thilthorpe on a long lead in front to Pedler. Thilthorpe peels off, and that ball will trickle along the ground to him now. He's got Starcevic and Andrews around him, trying to shake off the tackle there of Starcevic. Did he get the handball? No, just a fraction too late. And Starcevic, good intent from Brandon Starcevic, earns himself a free kick.
Yeah, ruthless from the Brisbane Lions defence.
Up towards the wing. Fort charging out. Lions, Fort, work it through hands to Sharp. He's a great runner. Former under-18 national steeplechase champion. That goes through up towards McCluggage. Bailey now hurt his hand early in this quarter. Umpire says, bring that ball back, and Hugh take a free kick.
Another free kick.
Berry on the mark. Wants to give off the handball to Neil. But now we'll just send them into attack. And Danaher calling for it in the pocket. It will not get there, and Butt sends that ball out of bounds.
I would have been very nervous.
Just sitting under the footy?
Being that Butt. Sitting under the footy, knowing Joe Danaher was behind me. Yeah, waiting to take Hanger of the Year.
He was thinking Specky, wasn't he? Stoppage for the Lions in attack. Strawn in front. Rayner waiting for the ball to come out to him. Coming through Archie. Turned in the tackle. Holding the ball. So good tackle there from Mitch Hinge.
He's been good today against his old side.
Not a great kick though, looking for Jones. Diving, couldn't take
strong.
The mark. Rayner off to Bailey. Bailey on the left, snapping. It will not have the distance. It goes towards the pocket. It's still in the field of play though. The Crows can raffle it. And now they are out of danger and they find McHenry.
Oh, Ned McHenry.
I haven't called his name a lot today because it really just hasn't been an attack. He goes to a 50-50, crossing across the face of goal. Now to Neil, and he knew that was going to miss off the boot through the head back. He's had a good afternoon though, Lockie Neil.
Yeah, had a great afternoon, Lockie. Gone about his business and as classy as ever.
From a Lions perspective, in terms of individual players today, who have you liked, Dan?
I think it's just great to see the guys like Noah Ainsworth, obviously Lockie back as well, Cam Rayner, to see him just back out there. He looks strong, and I think that'll excite the Brisbane Lions staff where having that bigger body around stoppages more often will definitely help the side.
And from an Crows fans' perspective, obviously Josh Rochelle, we've talked about him a bit, especially in this fourth term has really been impressive, hasn't he?
Yeah, and I think how can't you get excited about him? And I think exactly what the Crows need and also getting Crouchy back as well. I think as a Crows supporter, I'd be excited to see him back out there. His leadership and obviously someone to get their hands on the ball as well is going to help the Crows this season. Obviously, they started last year very, very well, and I'm sure they'll be hoping for another great start to set up their season.
Yeah, 3-1 last year. The Lions were 1-3. And they've got the Dockers in round 1 after their Community Series game against the Power. Lions in attack again. Davis and Jones there for the Crows. And that ball comes into a pack. Umpire will rush in and we'll throw it up as we wind down in this fourth term. And the Lions getting stronger as the game goes on.
Yeah, big contest just before by Cam Rayner. That would have given him a bit of confidence flying for that ball in a contested situation.
Thilthorpe coming down, taking that ruck contest, as he's done in a lot of their match simulation. He's played on a wing in the ruck at times. He's an aerobic beast, according to Rory Laird, and deep in defence now. He's trying to find Berry and does. So they're out of danger. Now they need to run forward, see if they can chain together some possessions.
Good to see Berry. He's got the Berry haircut, like the other Berries.
As Rowe turning sharp inside out. Not a great kick, though. And Jackson Pryor takes the mark.
Yeah, Riley Thilthorpe, what an asset, hey, as a key position player.
Yeah, 5 goals on debut against the Hawks last year. The winning goal against the Saints in Cairns. Here is Berry again, tackled by McCluggage. Just got out of his way so he didn't fall into his back. A couple of tired bodies you'd expect out there. First game against opposition.
Yeah, the boys will be sore, that's for sure. And even with the heavier deck, the legs will be sore tomorrow. But I think both teams will be happy with the hit out.
Well, did Davis give away a free kick? His back was turned. I thought he got a hand to the ball. In fact, he thinks he's won the free kick. Instead, it will go to McStay and a 50. McStay must have given the umpires a Christmas present or something because he's...
Wait, don't get out of it. Don't start rumours.
No.
But you're right.
Look, when you turn your back on the ball when it's in the air, we know that the umpires are looking for that and will pay a free kick. He did get a hand to it, young Benny Davis, but unfortunately for him, the free kick goes the way of McStay. And he gets the 50-metre penalty, and he has kicked goal number 4 today.
And again, I think also from Brisbane's point of view, just their forward line function today has been pretty impressive with the Talls. Obviously tough conditions, but chemistry was good.
And a strong afternoon for the Brisbane Lions. Ends with a big win. 21-11, 137. The Crows 7-7-49. We'll just go through the major goal kickers. McStay leading the way with 4, most of those from free kicks. Charlie Cameron was quiet but still kicked 3. 2 of those in the fourth term. 3 to Danaher, 3 to Berry, and a couple to Lockie Neal. And the multiple goal scorers for the Crows was 2 to Riley Thilthorpe and Josh Rochelle. The story of the day from a Crows perspective. Kicked 3, 2 in that last term. Daniel Merritt.
Yeah, super impressive, Rochelle. I don't know. I think all AFL fans should be excited because from what we've seen so far, he is going to light up the competition without pumping him up too much. Good, honest effort by the Crows. Obviously, the class that Brisbane just showed today, but I thought they started the game really well. We could see what they were trying to do early on with their use of their hands, but I think the bigger bodies, the mature bodies, and the class of the Brisbane Lions definitely shone through today.
Some big contests, but from what we can see, looks like both sides are injury-free out of this.
Yeah, I suppose the only person we can see there is Daniel Rich without the boots on.
Yes.
I think he just loves to get his toes in between the grass here.
Earthing.
Yeah, he's a bit of an earthman. Very alternate. So But he had that big collision today. But as you said, I think looks like everyone's got through unscathed, and the coaches would be happy with that, and the conditioning staff. Good first hit out. Again, it's just a trial game, but good to get some competition against different opposition, and get through it. And from those guys that have spent some time out of the game, Crouch for the Crows, Rayner for the Lions, I suppose from both teams. supporters. It's great to see those guys out there.
And great to see you today as well, Daniel Merritt. We'll no doubt have you on KO freebies throughout the season during VFL games and whatever else we get to call.
100%. Thanks for having me. Thanks for listening, guys. And apologies if I made any mistakes today.
No. Mitch Hinge says it's all good. He knows who he is.
I know. Sorry, Hingy. Apologies, mate.
So full-time here at Metricon Stadium. In an hour and a half, come back to KO freebies because we will have the Power and the Suns. Looking forward to seeing a strong Power outfit against the Suns, who really want to show something this season. They're on their home deck. Coming up next.
Oh, how good's KO? Love KO.
Especially when it's live and free here at Metricon, the double header. The full-time score, Brisbane 21-11, 137, and the Crows 7-7-49. Full-time, it was the Lions by 88 points.